Hello everyone, how's it going today? Let me just get the music started here and then we can commence. But right there is good. Yeah, no, how's everyone doing today? Threats of cannibalism? No, Carson, he hadn't even threatened cannibalism yet, he just said there was a bountiful harvest. Hell yeah, it's roasting time. Indeed, Junie, how's it going? Hello, Bone, yes. Yes, I saw all you in the Discord there and I was like, summon them all immediately, get them in here. But no, how's everyone doing today? Naturally, we have Emperor Lee in first, followed by Cruiser, Tier, Driver, and Krill. And then there was Slowboy, but Slowboy was unfortunately purged. But I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello as well to Gravitas, Corix, Bone, Squeebles, Blue Man, Kibble, it's good to see you. And Syrup, followed by Junie. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hey, Elbor, how's it going? Melzor, it's good to see you too. Oh, it's a competition? Oh shit, it's the game that scares me. What's the game that scares you, FTD? It's not that scary. We're gonna be writing some lore today, so we're not gonna be doing too much of the scary bits, I promise. Doing good, but I'm so EP and I got 4 hours of sleep today. Oh no. I slept quite well. We just did a job interview and she did good, I'm so proud. Hell yeah, that's good. It's too many parts. Hey, you wanted complex. This is what you get, Corix. But no, unironically, Corix, ask in the Discord if you ever need help. People are quite helpful, surprisingly. We got some 1K followers. Thank you. Yeah, we hit it just at the end of Monday's stream. It was actually crazy. Krill, thank you for the work. Enjoy your work. Hope you have a good time finding artifacts. But yeah, we hit it just at the end of Monday's stream, and I was so happy. But yes, we're at 1K now. It's crazy. My tiny little brain physically can't handle physicality, but it can handle still RS24 because I guess spreadsheets are easier in 3D design. That's true. As someone who plays both, it's one of those things where you pick it up as time goes on. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? I had some big news for those who how's it feel to be officially famous? Oh, I know, right? I am now a niche internet micro celebrity. It's gonna be great. So my cat had surgery, routine one, explained due to infection. She was always miscarried. She always miscarried, so no loss of function. Oh, okay. Jeez, yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot the ads today. Shit. All right, we'll wait for the ads to finish, and then I'll explain the big event. Let me know when you're back from the ads, folks. Except you, Melazor. I know you never get them. Hey, meanwhile, welcome in. How's it going? We're in our usual ads right now, but in 3 minutes I will get to see you. And hi, hello, indeed. How's it going? About to say, well, yeah, I know you were about to say. That's why I called you out for it. Nice try, Melazor. You're not getting me that easily. Yeah. Meanwhile, what brings you here today? Oh, sorry, just stretching right now. I went for a walk this morning. It was actually quite lovely, and I had some leftover turkey tikka masala that I made last night. Had to find my username just to follow. Fair. Got a notification in the FTD Discord. Nice. In my opinion, lore is the best part of FTD after blowing up that one enemy that pisses you off. Just noticed you got 2 new emotes. I've gotten 3 new emotes, actually. At least I should have 3 new emotes. I've been using them all. Let me quickly figure out which ones I have, shall we? We have Aw, we have Clueless, and we have Wheeze. There you go. Yes, those are all done by Basil or Epoch Smog. Good friend of mine, and they're a fantastic artist, honestly. Just genuinely incredible. And so, yeah. No, I hope you guys enjoy those. I just noticed, maybe pisses you off. Yeah, okay. Sorry, just catching up there. Yes, they are peak. We also have Cat Maidstone. True, we do have Cat Maidstone. Yeah, alright. Assuming most folks are back from the ads now. Yeah, big event. From the 25th to the 29th, I will be taking part in a charity event run by Gamers Outreach. I was invited, and I decided to accept. I've been alluding to it like the last week, but just wanted to let you guys know that I'm officially accepting for a charity event from the 25th to the 29th. So, that won't change my stream schedule too much, aside from you guys get 2 extra streams on the week of the 25th, because you get the Wednesday and the Thursday. Because I'll pretty much be streaming 8 hours a day straight from the Wednesday to the Monday. I think that's the dates. Let me quickly look at the dates. Yeah, 25th is the Wednesday, and then Sunday is the 29th. So you guys get 2 extra streams, essentially. Poggies. That being said, though, with the 2 extra streams in that week, that does mean from the 30th to the 3rd, I'll take off just so I have an extended break so I can get some videos done. The videos for the 17th, the 24th, the 19th, the 26th are also already done, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I'll take that 4-day break there to try and get the Fitzgerald video released, hopefully on the 2nd. Yay, more streams for my birthday. Nice. What's the charity about? So, Gamers Outreach is a charity that donates video game consoles and video games, something they call game carts, to hospitalized kids. So the kids that are, in the hospital undergoing treatment, and I don't know about you guys, but I know in my experience, it's incredibly boring. So, yeah, I think they're a really good cause. They help everyone over. I know they help a lot of sites over North America. I don't know about the rest of the world. I haven't researched too far into that yet. They'll give me more info as I go along. But I've reached out. I've reached out to some friends. It's all verified, and I'm super excited because I've never done a charity event before. I've never been invited to a charity event before, so this is really cool. By the way, we can make some progress on my tank design. Started decoing it, but I plan to add some extra features with blue and breadboard. Hell yeah, that's gonna be cool. All right, have a good work, Gorks. Good seeing you. When I was in the hospital, I just ate a bunch of ice cream and watched TV. Exactly, right? So imagine eating a bunch of ice cream, watching TV, and getting to play video games. That was a few years ago. Yeah. But yeah, they're pretty much just making it so that you can have like video games in hospitals. It seems like a really good cause. Because again, even watching TV, like, it gets boring real quick. And especially for folks who, have to stay in the hospital for longer stays, like, being away from home, having a video game is something that can be really comforting to people, you know what I mean? So that's the plan for the end of the month. So we're gonna do a big charity event. Whether or not I get my 1,000 follower celebration stream done before that or after that remains to be seen. I'm not sure which one we want to do yet, but do you know why Crime Water's sometimes just home completely away from the target for auto-detect even with good detection? Honestly, no, I don't. I know they changed the detection on them. Because for a while there, they locked on so that they were actually usable, but I don't know the code behind it. Will it be the cooking stream? I don't have the equipment for a cooking stream, sadly. So we will have to figure out what we want to do for a eventual 1,000 follower stream. But until then, yeah, the charity, we'll do the charity event first, get that out of the way, and then I'll probably worry about the 1,000 followers. I do know that there's going to be a lot of new assets and new artwork for the charity, or for not well, actually probably for the charity stream, but also for the 1,000 follower stuff. So that might take a little bit too. Cooking stream, not cooking stream, Graveyard Keeper. I know what you meant. I probably will go with the Graveyard Keeper again. I want to restart. It's been too long now, and I want to be able to restart that fresh and do it as a series. It's just when we started that, I didn't have time for a series to do it. So I'll put that on my list now that I have more time. Because it's one of those games I really do want to play. It's a big time investment. Rock raiding instead of room raiding, just pictures of rocks. Okay, you know what? That's actually a good day, Rock. Welcome in. Vanguard, how's it going? Also, Syrup, that's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie. Rock raiding is pretty fucking funny. But yes, so I'll go get my rock, because I assume some of you have rock collections. Sorry, just actually thinking about this, that's really not a bad idea. Like, so I'm thinking about this now. Like, that actually sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. So, it's actually features like adaptive suspension system, weapon prioritization protocol, threat assessment. Who knows how it's going to work? Terrain aware AI, and some small features here and there. Okay, cool. Interesting. Interesting. He's bowling his rock out. Gonna go to my local park and yoink some rocks. Hell yeah. Sounds good. Alright, let's put you over here. So does that track my face still? Okay, that tracks my face better. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out the camera some days. There's just some days where I just don't understand it. Regardless, let's get into the game today, shall we? Oh, look at that seamless transition with me here. Isn't that crazy? Alright, I realize I said seamless transition, but I have to go down here. There we go. Now look at that seamless transition, chat. Absolute bonkers. I know. Look at that. I'm getting so good at this whole VTubing thing. Holy shit, roaring FTD. I know, right? Should I go decompile the game and figure out how mortars work? I'm sure if you ask in the OFTD help channel, someone could help you. Or even just ask in my server in the FTD general, someone might know. Thank you for reminding me that I forgot to enable Forsen. I need the mods in the chat right now. Carson, do you want to redeem Soulboy's points there for a second and just, let me boot up the TTS here? There you go. Alright, TTS should now be booted up. I asked, they just said, huh, weird. Yeah, in that case, it's just a bug. You have to put it in the bug report and then let Nick and them take a look at it, which might be a while because I know they are shifting a lot of their focus on the game too. So we'll have to see how that goes. Mortars just sometimes hate you for some reason. True, many such mortars. Mortars are just very spiteful creatures. Honestly, it's insane how spiteful they get. That reminds me, I forgot about using the VRM mod to get a Roar avatar in-game. Well, we don't have a 3D Roar model is the issue. If someone made me a 3D Roar model, I would absolutely use it in-game. Same with, like,
Rustin,
Reaper and
I
other
have
stuff.
a
What's up?
message from the field, ;::.
Oh, shit, triple colon. But yes, alright. So, let's quickly set up some other system here. Well, first off, let's see if I set it up correctly. So that's it. I'm getting me notepad, chat. Oh, you know, here's the real question, chat. Do you guys use Notepad Plus or Notepad Plus Plus or just Notepad? Because you're once again yoinking my Forsten. Don't say it like that. They're really yoinking my Forsten. I hate them. Oh, that's horrible. Yeesh. Alright, game setup. Let's switch you to Untitled Notepad. Now, you're above FTD, so you should be visible, right? Cool, that's not visible. Okay. You'll love to see it. Interesting, okay. If I just do this, does that help? Okay, that works. That works for now. Alright, so we're gonna be very careful with this. Let's hide you for now. Now, if I go over here, that's still okay. What do I want? Here, I'll put this dock down here so you can still see some of the craft as we work. So, let's spawn in our first craft, shall we? Ah, I see an issue here. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to ignore that. Okay, let's close the Discord. We can close my Steam. Actually, everything else is fine. Notepad stream. I know, right? I was really banking on the whole like window capture working there, and it not working kind of screwed me over. Not gonna lie. Actually, yeah. Here, let me be a little bit less scuffed for a second. Let's take you off Notepad game setup. Let's add a new scene here. Oh, don't you guys just love this? Window capture. Notepad. Hey, there we go. That works. I don't think we need to capture audio, as funny as that would be. Alright, there we go. And Notepad right in here. Alright, so now you... Ah, that's me. Oh god. Panic. Why can't I not move you? Range. Okay, I can rotate it. Can I only have it in the top right? Get reset transform. Okay. Testing, can y'all see this? That is, okay, so we can see the text at least. So maybe we just have to do top left, because I can't even resize the window. Are you kidding me? Same type. Interesting. Can you add a little colon tree? Notepad stream. I'm gonna play Adventure of someone, but yeah, have a good one, Velzor. If those YouTube tutorials where a person just talks from a notepad. Oh, true. You know what? That's such a great idea. All right. Well, you know what? We'll figure this out as we go along. Let's see how. Okay, if I spawn in the Karambit, we're gonna write lore for the Karambit first. Can I finagle it so you guys are able to see it without the notepad getting too much in the way? Because I'd like to be able to see the vehicle as we write about it, right? Okay, good. That works great. Okay, we got this, chat. We got this. Look at that. This is such a professional setup. All right, chat. Let's talk about the Karambit. So we know it's a light tank compared to the Shotel, which is a tank destroyer, and the Kopesh, which is our main battle tank. Just trying to find a way hiding to get a coal onto a tree in the lore somewhere. Maybe we'll figure it out. So for this, how do we want to do this? Is the first question I have here. Because in terms of the Karambit, like it's a light tank, right? So didn't mean to hit my mic there. My bad. The Karambit is a. All right, so it's a light tank. Well, it fulfills a role of autocannon, right? What role does it play? I guess it's kind of like not really an IFV, but it's kind of like an infantry support tank. Like the Sand Scorpions would send us ahead to clear out infantry emplacements, right? Cavalry asset? That's a good idea, right, kid? Karambit was intended as a light tank to supplement Sand Scorpion. The Sand Scorpions. The Sand Scorpions advances into zones held by the Evergains. That could work. Looks more like an SPAA MIO. Fair enough. I think it's based off of Panzer II, if I remember correctly. Bork and Cheesecake made this one. Such a light tank, how about you lift it then, huh? Probably. Yeah, I could just leg press it easily. So what? I will just leg press the Karambit. Yeah, so it was designed as a light tank to supplement advances into zones held by the Evergains. I'm not like an early Panzer. I'm feeling very much infantry assist too. Maybe some urban combat. Well, the issue is that there's no urban combat with Sand Scorpions. The only urban place you really get is Ratmast. And even then, that's not really urban. That's just a collection around an oasis. 10 pounds of cheese. Maybe a failed anti-air product turned into an IFV, but it's not an IFV though. It doesn't have any. Oh, sorry, I was thinking APC, not IFV. I always get those two terms. Like I always think they're synonymous when they're technically not. Reminds me of a tank with anti-tank rifles instead of cannons. That's also a really good idea. It's meant for exploiting gaps and harassment behind the line. I like that actually. Yeah, like yes, Deepwater Blitzkrieg. Made to. Made to take advantage of gaps in the enemy's lines. It can break through and encircle them whilst never gonna use that very often. They are still distracted with the Kopesh. There we go. I think that's nice, simple, and basic. We don't really need anything much more than that, do we? Should breakthrough be with space? No, it shouldn't do.
I have a message from the field. So the Panzer II was desinged as an exploitation asset. The Panzer IV was the infantry support tank, oddly enough.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, breakthrough is a sudden advance and it has no space. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Okay, yes. It can break through and encircle. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm using it as a verb, not as a noun, you're right. Support tanks are slow and big. Yeah, this isn't an... I guess this isn't an infantry support tank, then. It's kind of like a cavalry tank. Is it fast, though? It's decently fast, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 41 meters a second is decently fast. Like, it is a really nice looking tank, too. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Sorry for the window. I don't know why it doesn't let me resize the window. That's so strange. Like, what a odd little guy. Here, let me try and redo that, honestly. I want to try and, okay, so remove that. If I just add game capture, notepad, and have notepad as the window. Okay, so notepad just doesn't work with game capture. I see. Alright, well, you know what then? In that case, I won't show the notepad then. That's fine. You guys can just sit there and look at stuff as I type it out myself then. That sucks. I was really hoping that would work as it theoretically should, but I guess not. I guess that's just on the cards. I eat rocks for breakfast? Hell yeah. Yeah. It's definitely like a Panzer II. It's meant to engage light targets. So the Krampet kind of like gets in between the enemy's lines and then engages the light targets when the Kopesh holds off the heavier assets at the front line, I think is fair. Light tanks and cavalry assets, true. Yeah, so this gets behind them and it cuts off retreating units. So this is the encircler if the Kopesh was the infantry support tank. Does that make sense? Like Kopesh is the one like hammering the bunkers. This guy goes around the bunkers. Right, tanks or horses confirmed? True. Many such cases. To be honest, the Panzer III and Panzer IV just kind of outright replace the old Panzers. Yeah. Game capture hooks injects the game itself, which is why it blocked in some games, so it wouldn't work with non-games. Windows capture just asks the OS for the image, so it works basically always. Interesting. Yeah, because I know I had issues with Star Wars Clone Command, the Star Wars Commando, because of issues like that. I had to do a separate audio and a separate window capture. How much back shots? Oh god. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with the Karambit Warbear. Alright, save that. We can add on to that later as we need to. The next one we need to do today is the Rattler. Yeah, for those of you who come in or maybe haven't seen my stream before, this literally is going to be these lore streams like this is where we just sit down and we write the lore together. It's all it is. Oh, that's still the old Rattler. Did I not get the new Rattler from Bork? 1 second, let me go check my DMs. Because I should have... Unreal, you will be executed shortly, NCAR. NCAR VD. Let the Rattler rattle me if you know what I mean. Oh god, is the Rattler your hear me out, really? Oh, now Discord's not working. That's lovely. I love when stuff just doesn't work. You know what I mean, chat? It's so cool. It's so awesome. Alright. Discord perish. We're gonna hard reboot you. Hello. Hey, Xenon. Welcome in. How's it going? Windows trolling, probably. Probably. Well, I refuse to update to Windows 11, and like they're getting really fucking pushy about it. Like, just let me stay on Windows 10, you asshole. No, the Rattler isn't to hear me out. We all know we would. Oh my god, Swillboy. You know what, Swillboy? It is nice to have you back. Alrighty, let me look for... oh, I need to actually... That's an actual notification I need to read. Whoops. Alright. Here we go. Mark is red. Where is Bork in my DMs? There we go. Because I realized that I He probably sent me to BP and oh, there it is. Yes, I did forget to look at it. I did absolutely forget to look at it. My bad. Windows 11 literally has a keylogger and AI. Oh, does it? Yikes. That's so fucking... God, why can they just not be fucking intrusive for 5 minutes? Holy shit. Alright, let's take a look at what Bork made for the Rattler. Oh, I have to look at those. Those are by Ninja sometime. Okay, yeah, I think this is the one. Oh, it wasn't Ball Bustin' Rhythm Sag, it's Cheesecake. Okay, yeah, this fits a lot more with the Scorp style. Okay, so this will be the new Rattler. I have to look over it, obviously, but this is the one we're gonna write the lore for. Romantic Ball Bustin' what? Oh, Cheesecake. She and Bork have been gone for a little bit, but just because they're taking a break from FTD because they did all of White Flares in one go. But what had happened is her name on her traveling PC for her profile is Ball Bustin' Rhythm, and it is very funny when the rhythm isn't ball bustin'. I know, right? They fixed the deco issues. I think it was mostly fixed, wasn't it? That's a tot. Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they fixed most of the issues. I forget what was wrong with it, why I didn't say yes to it. Maybe some deco grouping could be nice, but... Do not trust Microsoft to keep it local? Exactly, right? The keylogger to run it, it's only local, but both of these things can change quickly. Yeah, exactly, right? Yay, new router. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. The old one was nice, but it was just a little bit too small, and, you know, like, it didn't have any of the new score. Like, the old router was made before.
I have a message from the field. One possible role for that Panzer II is to up-armor it with heavy armor and use it as anti-exploitation unit that deals with soft targets. However, I have no idea what faction it will belong.
But that's not the point of the Karambit. The Karambit is meant to be a fast-fire and autocannon tank. Campaign size creep my head. What do you mean? It's 2.5k volume. It hasn't size crept whatsoever. How big's the original one, actually? Okay, it's a little bit of size creep, but you know what? It's a land ship. It's meant to be big. Plus, we're getting ever small units. Empire can't take my guns. Yeah. Deco grouping, where did you obtain this taste for luxuries version? Windows 10 is Enterprise, named it as Microsoft Passion, supported until 2032 and has no bloat, no MS store. Oh, Windows 10 Watt Enterprise. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. A bit of creep is a trick, true. But no, I'll do some deco grouping on this. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna be writing the lore for. So what do we feel about this one, chat? Because I feel like obviously this one is the anti-emplacement, so like fuck you and every bunker you stand for type gun, you know what I mean? Because it's literally just a Mark IV with a massive fuck off cannon. So, how do I go about installing Linux? That's a great question. I would not know. Still despise the idle animations and nashes. I'm curious why you despise them. They're a classic RTS feature. What makes you despise them, Potet? I'm curious. I will say, this ones are a lot smoother than some of the like preliminary ones we did. So if you just like dislike the old ones, I completely get it, because they're very like, you know, unsmooth. But like the newer ones seem fine. Potet about to be disappeared by Garb. They're unnecessary, am I out? Well, yeah, but technically, like, this canvas on it is unnecessary. Like, alright, I just removed all the unnecessary parts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just curious as to why you think, like, the idle animations is the part that goes too far. I'm not, like, you know, like, attacking you. I'm just genuinely am curious as to why that's the line. I just realized these are asymmetric. I love that. Oh, gee, Deco Swap, Cronge. Nah, I'd say structurally it's all still here. It can't be Deco Swap if it's all here structurally. Alright, let's spawn it back in, though. Actually, I never saw this little machine gun here until like just when we now removed the decos. That's great. I love that. The animations are almost never seen outside of combat, which is the whole point of them. Well, yeah, the idle animations are only seen when it's idle. So if someone's using these vehicles for themselves, then they'll see them.
Rustin, I have a message from the field. Rustin, I didn't even type it in Ruspeak and yet you read it in Ruspeak.
That's because you put cronge. You typed cronge. Barrels constantly spinning is a bit unrealistic. That's just draining the battery. The barrels aren't spinning. Old and pillaged from Empire Reserves. Old and pillaged from Empire Reserves. Gone. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to read that orange. Has gone more needed as the collapse ongoing. Collapse of the Empire. Ugh, Jesus Christ, orange. That is a sentence you put. How do you do that animation? It's a basic breadboard. Yeah, alright. While I'm here, actually. Okay, it's already up to speed. Skeletons. Ah, no skeleton. What no skeletons does to an MF. Alright. There we go. Also, every time I read the Kopesh lore and the Chotel lore, I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? And I was like, oh wait, we did that. Because every time I see it, I'm like, wait a second, I don't remember writing that. And I'm like, no, I did. I remember now. I just never remember the first time. Double text, I'm cooked. Yeah, sorry, Orange, I could not understand your message. Please try again. There we go. Alright, we can save this for now. Romentia is real. What do you mean? Is there any heavy armor? Because I know, I think... Okay, good. They did get rid of the heavy armor. Okay. Because there was originally heavy armor, and I was like, no. That's only for the Kopesh. Only the Kopesh gets to have fun. Alright. That's not bad. Get that saved and good to go. Alright, lore for this. Because right now we have no lore for the Rattler whatsoever, so... Let's try and figure this out. Time to go, Bredden, Ben. I read this very wrong. Yeah, you did. Romentia is real. Yeah, I tend to do a lot of stuff and then forget about it. It happens. Kopesh's fat body, Chotel's long gun, Rattler's artillery. Yeah, fair enough. The Rattler as an SPG is, I'm pretty happy with that idea. The hull being nicked from a museum. It was probably nicked from like a long forgotten Steel Empire warehouse. But I already used that for the Kopesh and the Chotel, so maybe not. Maybe it was left in the dunes from the first Dune War. Oh, you know what, actually? Does anybody know how not to get how did you guys get shadow banned on Reddit? I have never been shadow banned on Reddit, and I'm like pretty active on there. Yeah, howitz, like old howitzer on like leftover hull from the Dune War, back from when the Steel Empire tried to go through and secure their supply shipments. SPGs. The Rattler is an SPG that dates back to the first Corso War. There we go. Because now we can see. Now we're adding more world building. Because now people are going to be like, "What's the first Corso War?" First Corso War, and I'm going to say, "I have no fucking clue. I don't remember when I wrote that." Well, how do you know you're shadow banned? How do you know that's not just Reddit? Using Sonics watching placements? Well, what do you mean the Vipers? The Vipers have forced him to reuse old war tech? Who are the Vipers, Orange? Orange, what are you talking about? I feel like I'm watching Orange like go like just lose their mind in chat right now. The snakes? Who are the snakes? There are no snakes. There's no vipers. You have the sand viper. Go to your profile while looked out. It says account suspended. That's crazy. I've literally never had that. It's pretty obvious. No, I can still post perfectly fine. What are you guys commenting on that you're getting shadow banned all the time? That's crazy to me. Like, what are you guys doing that you're getting shadow banned? Alright. The Rilers and SPG event dates back to the First Corso War. Originally a steel, or yeah, originally used to guard, originally used by PMCs, or do we want to say like corporations? Like by the oil corporations from Steel Empire. It has since been left behind after the war and repurposed for repurposed and refit with a howitzer to serve again as a bunker buster. How would we want to say it? Serve again as like an emplacement destroyer. Now you get shadow banned after first post comment. Unreasonable /reasonable cap. That sounds like a bot name. What's a bot? Yeah, that's that's one of my questions actually. All these Reddit accounts lately, I've always seen like have like the most bot-like names, like a reasonable gap or like fried lemon, stuff like that. Like nobody has like OG original names anymore. Like my name is just Rorston, right? Mobile gun carrier, thank you. As a mobile gun carrier by the Sand Scorpions. There we go. Randomly generated by Reddit. Oh, do people just go with randomly generated names? That's crazy. It could be you're getting shadow banned because you probably got banned on your first account, and then if you're making more accounts, they keep shadow banning because they're from the same IP address.
Rustin, I have a message from the field.
Yes?
Bunker bustin' rhythm.
Hell yeah, bunker bustin' rhythm. You can't change them. Wait, you guys, so when you set up a Reddit account, you can't change your Reddit name anymore? Same as my username, but it's shadow banned. That's so weird. It's like I changed my username like back when I first just last year when I started streaming. Because I used to be Rorston594, and now I'm Rorston VT. That's wild to me how much it's changed. Or I think I'm just Rorston now, but yeah, interesting. Wild. All right. So, hey Henry, good to see you by the way. Okay, Rattlers and SPG that dates back to the First Corso War. Originally used by the oil corporations from the Steel Empire to guard shipments. It has since been left behind after the war and repurposed and refit with a howitzer to serve again as a mobile gun carrier by the Sand Scorpions. Alright, let's just do some punctuation now. The 2 guard shipments, it has been since left behind after the war. And then we'll remove that and put a comma. It's been since left behind after the war, repurposed and refit with a howitzer to serve again as a mobile gun carrier by the Sand Scorpions. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Because remember, not everyone gets a speech, right? Not everyone gets a full lore document. Some of them just need to be silly. You get a stretch, Xenon. Appreciate it. I will unshrimp myself. Ew, punctuation crutch. You can get it related to SE already in a way. I don't know what's called. No, I don't need to do that. Not everything needs to be completely related to the Steel Empire. Like, this one's not, like, former military. This one's former, like, oil corporate. Like, this was, like, a PMC that left it behind. Alright. And then the Krambit is a domestic-made tank. And I think all that's left then is the Python. So you shouldn't get glazed. True. Imagine having readable text. Oh, I know, right? I will say I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I do need to redo the cram barrel, though. So we'll save you for now. Let's actually save you over in the Neater folder. Just so I don't forget about that. Notice me some. Oh my god. Hello, Nova. How's it going? I do read chat pretty regularly. You can also just... Oh, 07. Okay, I did miss your original message. Oiler reference. True. Go Oilers. I actually have no idea if hockey's still ongoing. I don't follow hockey. I just know that I cheer for any Canadian team. Because my team almost always gets knocked out pretty early. Alright, that's the route. We're done. Python, which I know that Python is going to be redone soon. Because I know someone wanted to redo it with like proper trailers now that we have like stuff like the Desert Boa where we know how to get it working with campaign. Because I know someone was saying that the Desert Boa doesn't spawn in properly. But like I had it spawn in just fine. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm almost done with Gen 8 Alicorn. Nice. You never roasted my dumb text mistake. It's the first time I've been hit with embarrassment in real time. Oh, I'm so sorry, Orange. I meant it as a funny haha. I didn't mean to actually embarrass you. Also, can we talk about how good of a job Cruiser did? Sir.
Preston,
I
have a message from the field. Why not say that World War I style tank belonged to a museum and they raided it and dropped a gun on it from the same place?
Because where... Does Neater have museums? That's my first question for you, Elbor. Did it just kill its child? No, the child bashed its head against a wall. That one I don't have an excuse for. Look, it happens, okay? Domestic abuse. Look, I didn't make it. Cruiser did, okay? Children do that. True. Many such children, many such cases. Sir, a second copperhead has hit the truck. Alright, so this is the Python. You stop that, you. I love what we called it the fat controller. It's such a good reference to Thomas the Tank Engine. But yeah, so this will probably be built up to 2.5k volume as well, with just having like some little trailers probably. But yeah. So actually, how would we build this up? Because I realized that no matter what we do, the Desert Bow is going to be bigger, obviously. I play League, they call me Thomas the Gank Engine. Based, holy shit. Armored War Train? No, it's not going to be a war train, it's a cargo craft. I want it as just a normal train. Because it can be one of the oil trains that came, that were looted at the same time from those old oil wells. Do lambs need laser output regulator? That's a great question. I don't work with lambs. From what I've been told, I've always built lambs like I build any other laser. And then you just use it for lambs. Built a small craft of stacked pistons, rams in them, called the Death Stick. Went 17 billion times faster than the speed of light at the DJing. Posted, got 144 upvotes on Reddit, got shadow banned after 2 days. That is wild. I really don't know why that would happen. Oh, yeah, Roast, I think Python's collision for enemies is on because it's on the edge in Minecraft when I test it. It might be, actually. Where's the collision avoidance? Maneuver. I know they, oh, where is it? They changed the AI on everything recently. There we go. No, it is the adjustment tab. There we go. Oh, we'll probably just wait for the next update to change that, because it's still going to be just a ramming craft. So that won't change much, because like, it's not going to get any weapons on it. It's just going to be a ramming craft. Because it's just a train that's just trying to get where it needs to go. Next sub is a Gen 8 Unicorn as drone carrier, cluster missile, anti-everything sub. Oh, cool. Little deep butter gotta get a mech. We need the Anki chicken. Right, you gonna do a 1K celebration soon? Yes. So Henry, I was explaining earlier to chat how the 1K celebration probably won't be after until after the charity event, because I have a charity event that I was invited to as part from the 25th to the 29th. of June. So, do you ever use warp drives? I've been playing around with them. Pain Train. Guess Ash's rails all got ripped out for scraps, so trains adapted. True. Fun fact about Deepwater Guard, it actually stands for Deepwater Gourd, and the logo is said gourd trying to reach its spreads up towards the sunlight. True. Plant. Oh my god, imagine getting the. Imagine we do World Walkers, but it's Deepwater Guard. Warp drives are so sad. Jabba didn't have to do them like that. He did not. Okay, but imagine how overpowered they'd be if we didn't do it like that. You have no idea. I'm still a man in the reversing cover of some song. I'll probably do it as well. There's tons of different stuff we can do for it, honestly. Like, obviously, we celebrated Monday night in the Discord. But, do you have any plans for the celebration? Well, no, I was going to discuss that with you guys, actually, later today. First, I know how overpowered they were. Okay, as long as you know how overpowered they were. But yeah, Python, let's get this one last little lore document out, and then we can chat a bit more about the celebration if we want to. Oh, did I close my notepad? Oh, I did. I'm such a goober. Right, there we go. Let's say leftover oil trains? No. If we say oil trains, so you're gonna have to use oil tankers for their movement. Oh, the rail networks that crisscross the landscape of the Southern Expanse, because that's what the one area is called. We'll have to rewrite some of the area locations too. I think we keep the Corsal Dunes, we keep the Southern Expanse, and then I want to rewrite some of the other places. I think warp drive bombers are really cool. Warp in, drop bombs, warp out almost instantly. Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. Mention sidestep in a cram. I imagine it's like that one scene with Goth Mug from Lord of the Rings, where like the trebuchet fires the rock at him and he just kind of steps out of the way and then spits on it. I imagine with the HE cram though, you wouldn't be able to do that as easily though. Warp drives require weird tech max and even approach being something kind of viable. It's not about viability about Soulboy, it's about having fun. Making you a tank Imprevo while making a grand variant for Deepwater Guard? Hell yeah. There's a middle ground between way too strong and complete fucking hell swap. Train. Yes, hello, welcome in, Basil. How's it going? I just mentioned earlier, Basil was the one responsible for all of our new emotes, for those of you interested in emotes. They did a great job on them. Alright. The rail networks that crisscross the landscape of the Southern Expanse are one of the few remaining reminders of the exploitation that occurred here under the negligent, I had to sound that one out, eye of the Steel Empire and her corporations. Alright, there we go. Have you ever tried Linux? I have a few friends who use Linux. It's not for me, though. I'm not really interested. I know some basic code and stuff, but, like, Linux is for people who really want to get into the weeds of modifying their system, and I'm just not that interested. Like, I have my setup pretty customly, or pretty, like, decently customized for myself, but, like, Windows as a framework for me is perfectly fine. It sucks that Microsoft's being so scummy with it, but also if you know how to disable those features, then you're fine. It's like, for example, I don't have my Microsoft account linked to my computer. I have a local account only, which you have to do some shenanigans in order to get that set up, but Neko, yeah. Train is cool, it's just a shame for the rail designer bottlenecks everything into a single bridge instead of building two of them. Cope's even mauled at my efficiency. Can these trains be nostalgic trains stolen from depot? What is with you in stealing museum pieces? I will not support theft from museums, I'm sorry. Cope's even bald is crazy. True. Yeah, I know, but they are so ass, it's hard to have fun with them. Okay, see, that's fair, and that's different. You aren't blown for performance, just to look cool. You still have to wage drive. We do have to make warp drives do something cool. I know Lightning Hoods has a design that uses the warp engine to warp underwater if it detects fire, which is pretty cool. L ratio mold explode is better. I still like Cope Sieve mold ferment. I think for Cope Sieve and ferment is my favorite one. They make trains that build the rails in front of them are they stupid. It belongs outside of a museum. Ferment, yeah. Telling someone to ferment is crazy because it's not. It's like don't even mold about it. Just like quietly sieve about it. Quietly like build up pressure until you explode. That's what fermentation is. Rot about it. Wallace and Gromit ass rail gameplay. I know exactly what scene you're talking about too. I want to. Okay, so I don't know how many of you know Wallace and Gromit, but it's one of those games I want to play on stream. It's the old PS2 Wallace and Gromit games because I haven't played. Like I've been playing through a few PS2 games and I've been having so much fun with it, and I kind of want to play more of them. So wait, if you lay tracks in front of you and pick them up behind, is that just a tank track? Yes, that is. At that point, please just develop tracks. You have a long recharge time that you can't make short in the first place, and if you want to not be obscenely long, you need to ruin the already bad form factor. I see, I see. Unique idea, and I like it. So at least one unit shall be from a museum. You need a bazillion engine power to the point that you need your craft to only use missiles and be made out of alloy if you want it to be less than 75% turbines and batteries. Okay, interesting. But what about wood? Also, I saw someone do a warp craft earlier with APS. So I don't know if the validity of the missiles only works. Waller, we need to get the cheese. We need the cheese, Gromit. What was it? Help me hide the body, Gromit. There's no cheese in prison. It's one of my favorite fucking vines. So nostalgic trains are found in Europe. You can buy the tickets to enjoy a ride on these ones. It could be a luxury line piece still being used by the elite. My brother in Christ, this is Dustwind Gains. There are no elites. Build out of glass, become the glass cannon. Oh, true. Yes, and they were bazillion turbines. Okay, but what's wrong with a bazillion turbines? What is too heavy? I see, I see. Because I've been wanting to make a Deepwater Guard Sveno style craft that warps called the Ghostfish and have it warp in and out of combat. I think it could be pretty fun. Ugh. You need weight max really hard if you want to warp a reasonable distance with a reasonable amount of engine power. Okay, but what if I just use exploits to have a non-reasonable amount of engine power for the sake of aesthetics? You know, with the current state of warp, I don't think they'd give the new Singularity warp. Oh, I'll take the shot about it. Maybe get the engine power needed reduced. I mean, coal trains use steam a long time in China, so it could be a mining train. That's a good idea. Well, I think the trains here could be used for anything. What I honestly wish is I wish you. Sorry. I wish you could submit like multiples of the same BP under the name and like the same name, and then it just picks one of them. It'd be so nice for variation within Deepwater Guard, because in theory, in Deepwater Guard, no two crafts should be the same. So like like you give it like a list of free craft that it can alternate between, it would add a lot more to the effect. Can you make spin blocks props? No, you just use Prop Hub now. Oh, EPCP roasting. Yeah, I've been up since 2 a.m. I woke up early today and couldn't get back to sleep. The game stealing such a piece makes sense. Yeah. I don't know if they're stealing more, so it's just repurposing. Because we could even say that these are native designs for steam engines, and it's just they're using the old Steel Empire tracks. Ugh. I am quite EPC. Oh my god, we've already been live for an hour. That's crazy. We've already done free craft. Use Crusade bread to get some variation. It's not quite the same though. So flying without engine power is only for sales. I'm not sure about the prop fins. You have to try it. I know back in the day you'd use Deddy blades, right? But nowadays I'm 95% sure it's all prop hubs, and it makes sense too because like the propeller hubs are a lot. I don't know. I just find them better. They make a lot. They're a lot more intuitive. You can customize them, and they just look so good. We did take it entirely out of old tracks to explain where they went. The tracks are there, it's just underneath the grass, but trust me, bro, wherever the Python drives, you can imagine there's tracks. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, do you mean like using bread to change the order of the trailers? Yeah, like even stuff like that could be really cool. Using 10 plasma barrels, plasma warp is going to be horrendous performance. Oh, absolutely. Invisible tracks. Ooh, yeah, true. Yeah, the Steel Empire used invisible steel. It's a new alloy. Make you to hydrate. The real question is why are winds nerfed limited the main craft speed and spin blocks? Because that's how IRL props work. Good sleep. Yeah, have a good one, M3. How did I miss the tracks going right inside my house? What's up? Hey, Sheepachu, how's it going? Goddamn FTD build. We're actually not in Visa Steel, true. We're not doing any builds today, at least not yet. We're mostly working on war right now. Alright. So the rail networks that crisscross the landscape of the Severn Expanse are one of the few remaining reminders of the exploitation that occurred here under the negligent eye of the Steel Empire and her corporations. This train in particular was outfitted to carry cargo and supplies between the various oases and outposts that sprung up along the rail network. Along the rails. Let's just say along the rails. There we go. Alright, I can be pretty happy with that. And as always, I can always go back and change it if I need. That should be most of Deepwater Guard done now, though. The only everything I can imagine is I think what I do with Shamshir, and if we get any other new designs, like there's still a lot of Yellow Jacket designs that need to be done. I think Rats is done now, and Sand Scorpions is mostly done. There's just a few mast designs, and there's a lot of Yellow Jack designs left. But in October, Windows 10 support ends, but if you don't care about security updates, then you can just not care. Security updates is the one thing that I should probably care about. Base of redeemed head pets. I see. I didn't know I had that redeemed. Yeah, Jacket. Who are those styles again? That is like the Tuareg, the Tremor. It's like construction equipment, scrapworks, stuff like that, right? So that would be something you want to, if people are interested in doing those bounties. There's no like set goal to it. It's just make some Yellowworks designs. Like there's one like I want to see like an excavator cram because you know how like excavators are just pretty much turrets on treads. I want to see one of those except with like a cram instead of the boom arm. It could be really cool. Which HQ is Yellowjacks? It's Tremor. Yeah, with the Desert Boa added in, the rats are pretty much done because rats right now are Dust Chopper, Sand Raider, Rat Rod, Boom Swain, Desert Boa, and Copperhead. Those are the rats done, pretty much. Mast right now is actually, no, sorry, Rat Rod is Mast. Land Marauder, Rat Rod, Sand Viper, Smuggler, Landlubber, and that's all. So like we need a few more of those. Sand Scorpions is Kopesh, Karambit, Shotel, and Shamshir. Shamshir's not added in yet. Oh, and Rattler. Yellow Jackets is Tremor, Scrapworks, Tuareg, and then, technically the Python as well, but we're going to need more. And then what was the last one? Rats, Yellow Jackets, Sand Scorpions, Mast. Oh yeah, we only had 4. Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh, I've had a really bad heartburn the last few days. It must have been something I ate, but I've never had heartburn before. It's weird. Actually, I have a scrapped excavator fan build that I shared. I scrapped it. Oh, let me see it. You might be able to turn it into what I'm looking for. Oh, so you're all welcome now, the king of the rats. Are you now? Interesting. Forgot to mention something. Can I wish you something tomorrow that's important to you? Sure, I'm free. Go for it. Heartburn? No, what happened? Eat those Tums. Yeah, I've had some Tums with it. It hasn't helped. It's weird. I haven't changed my diet, so I don't think it's anything wrong there. It's just, did an endorsement in chat? Did you? 1 second, let me go check. Yeah, Emperor, you can probably just whisper it now, because that way I won't forget. Let me go check the Discord. Sorry, Neko sent me a speedrun idea for Vintage Story that's just speedrunning copper pickaxe. It's like, yeah, that would work. It all depends on you if you find copper enough. You have block whispers from strangers on, do I? I would say just message me on Discord, but you don't have Discord. Where would I change that setting anyway? Probably a profile. Account settings. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Oh, okay. It's block whispers from stranger unless you met whisper first. 1 second, I can fix this. I have an idea. There you go. All right. To be honest, I thought it was a Bissell version. But in fact, having a unique non-random username on your 15th Reddit account is kind of challenging. True. Maybe stop. Maybe either use a VPN or stop using Reddit accounts, honestly. Worsen abuse of power. Huh? What did I... Oh, mods obliterate. Yes, I forgot I obliterated orange. How long ago would you have posted? Because I see the flame tank you made. There's the Desert Boa. Desert Boa Part 2. Desert Boa Part 3. That's the Taipan. Deepwater Guard fan build is the alligator, which is actually still a really cool quad. Like there's there's Serv's mass design, but I have to actually get from him sometime. You sure you put it in here, buddy? I'm not seeing it. Worse than you abuse your power all the time. True, many such cases. Ah, there we go. Scrapped fan build. Ah, okay. I see what you did here. Yeah, that's proportionally it's a little bit off, but that's the right idea, I think. I like the idea you got there. All right. May I see the previous attempts? For what? The Desert Bow? It was just your screenshots. Oh no, you're talking about for Orange? Yeah, they're in the Discord there. Scrap a lot of stuff in the background. Yeah, same, honestly. I have so many BPs that I go through all the time. Alrighty, so, we have a choice, chat. Which faction do we go to next? Because Deepwater Guard is technically done in terms of war right now. So we have a lot of factions that need war. LH, for example, has no lore whatsoever. I think Steel Empire is also in the same boat of having no lore, aside from the 4, which I think we'll keep that because that's actually pretty solid lore, and I can't imagine the 4 changing anytime soon. In your server or in the FTD server? Dustwind channel in the FTD server. It shouldn't be prioritized, honestly, since a lot are still dated. Yeah, true. I do have a VPN, my own, a VPS in Germany, because Russia decided to officially block DPI around 90k websites, according to Goodbye DPI Russia blacklist. Oh, interesting. Uh, can I be? Yeah, no, Sheepachu. I'm not going to allow that one because that does have a slur in it. Just keep in mind, please. I know the old, yeah, I know the old Deepwater Guard. What's it called? I know the old Deepwater Guard names are like that, but it's just one of those things that you gotta watch out for. Okay. Wait, they changed the name? Yes, it's been Dustwind Gains for at least Dustwind Gains is the new one. It's been like that at least for I want to say 3 years now. I know maybe Reddit gets mad because I use Red Reader for party mobile clients, but that would probably be it. Yeah, that might actually be it, honestly. God, I remember when they changed the name. Yeah, no, when they changed the name, it was so funny because I was like, "Hey, isn't that an issue?" They were like, "No, it's not an issue." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then they changed it and then said, "Yeah, Roasted thought it was an issue, so we changed it." And I got blamed for it, and I was like, "I was just asking a question." I got scapegoated so hard for that. It was so funny. Ash is a prequel. Steel Empire is what turns into Steel Shadows. True. Oh, I got stretch. The Reddit app just doesn't valid username or passwords anyway. Always different accounts, even when copy pasting it. Huh. Neat. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like I said, I've never once had an issue with Reddit, but my account is also like at least 2016. I want to say. But I can't use SS for both Ashes and Neither. I don't think it's the biggest issue, honestly. Yeah, I would rather change Steel Striders to Steel Empire, honestly. Or like Steel Remnants even for SR. The current acronym isn't great, to say the least. Alright, so we also have Onyx. Onyx Watch isn't really in a place where it's done enough, though. So White Flares and I think Steel Empire we could work on. Because Carb also gave me a list of all the manufacturers for Steel Empire as well. So maybe I should do that, actually. Let me go organize my folders into different folders. God, Chad, have I told you how much I love folders? Alright, this is my Deepwater Guard folders. Alright, so let's throw all of you guys in there, except the Rattler, the Pipe. Actually, here, I can go submit the Rattler, Python, and Karambit now, actually. Just gonna make sure Karambit was intended as a light tank to supplement the Sand Scorpion's advances. I need an apostrophe there. Just gonna do some last minute grammar check. Into zones held by rival gangs. Made to take advantage of gaps in the enemy's lines, it can break through and encircle them while they are still distracted with the Kopesh. Alright, there we go. Python. The rail networks that crisscross the landscape of the Southern Expanse are one of the few remaining reminders of the exploitation that occurred here under the negligent eye of the Steel Empire and her corporations. This train in particular was outfitted to carry cargo and supplies between the various oases and outposts that sprung up along the rails. Alright, that one's good. And Rattler. Let's see, it was basically a combination of all factions, which makes the Empire flare, but since in either they're basically one unit, then it combines that. Yeah, because like keep in mind, Steel Empire was white flare. Like Steel Empire had the white flares as its population. It had Lightning Hoods as its research and development. It had Onyx Watch as its mercantile like fleet, right? Like the Onyx Watch is pretty much like the oil barons and corporations that exploited the Southern Expanse. They were all corporations. Due to the Dustman Gain's previous name being sus, their whole operations went into deep waters, and they have to guard themselves from accusations of racism with cramps. Can we blend the Kopesh in a blender and then drink it? If you can find a blender big enough, go for it. Also, doesn't Steel Empire being the globe spanning empire mean they are the British people of Neder? It does, in fact, mean that, yes. Doesn't Strider claim to still be the Steel Empire and the other factions just breakaways? Don't they want to try and reconquer them? No, the Steel Striders have devolved into an authoritarian government. They're an authoritarian military dictatorship. They're just trying to hold on to Normoth at this point. They have claims to the rest of the archipelago and like the rest of like the island in ashes, but they're trying to solve their empire collapse, and they really don't have much time to actually go back and retake areas. You can make land machines in FTD? Yes, I'm in charge of the land campaign, Basil. Why do you think so many people watch me just be silly all the time? Because I actually do have some relevance. Yeah, we're writing the lore for the campaign right now, actually. But yeah, so the main campaign is just called the Quest for Neder. The side campaign, which is all about land vehicles, is the Ashes of the Empire campaign, which is the one I'm in charge of. I didn't know? Has this not come up yet? We watch it because we like hearing cool rock facts? Yeah, how many times has someone redeemed rock facts this stream? Checkmate. Oh, fuck. I said checkmate and then hit myself with my water bottle. Alright, cool rock fact. Let's see. Cool rock fact. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is what I've been arguing with Neko about. So, Neko claims that ice is a rock, which it's not. Glacial ice, however, is a rock, because rocks, by definition, are an aggregate of minerals. And you can have some monomineralistic rocks, like limestone, for example. And theoretically, ice could fall underneath that because ice is a mineral. It is a solid, repeated structure of one element, but one mineral, right? So I'll accept ice as a mineral, but that means pure ice is not a rock. Glacial ice, however, is a rock because it has, a bunch of other aggregate in there. So it's actually really, I don't want to use my points on rock facts, I want it from Maidson. Why do you guys all want Maidson? You're crazy. No, Roastin, you aren't actually relevant. All the codes just pretend to listen to you. Ash is simply an elaborate illusion built for you. True. It's to maintain my ego, so I wouldn't touch Neder. True. Once this month. An effective design is dragging ships down with harpoon missiles while moving on the ocean floor. The ship gets killed because too low. Can you make them go into the ocean on the floor? Ah, I see, yes. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, I guess you could do the harpoon fin. That only counts if they're 80% damage, though. Or if their skeletal settings are set inappropriately. Because made just peak, true. Many such cases. M really fucking cooked on it. M's actually streaming right now over at True Miss Mischief, if anyone's curious. Her follow notification is really funny because it's I know her hand touched the beacon from Skyrim. She also has a maid dress redeem for 5k points. Glacial ice being a rock is so cool. Okay, actually tell me more rock facts. My neuron activated. No, I want my 10k points. Did Roar see the meat I made? I have not seen the meat you made yet. I'll probably check the Discord afterwards if you posted it there. Dragging the boats in the land of robo-arms and repeatedly slam them into the ground like a wild wizard. Are wild wizards known to do that? Keep your battleships legs. Dude, I would fucking hate it. Like, imagine you drag a battleship on the land so you can beat it up, right? And then it just fucking grows legs and starts, bolting at you. Crying, seething, bolden, fermenting. Massive ones? Yes, not small ones. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen a lizard with robo-arms slam something into the ground. Eat wood plus sink plus get plundered. True. Give it arms so it can wrestle back. Dude, imagine like you like harpoon a battleship and it just like deploys arms and just starts like punching the shit out of your craft. All right, the Rattlers and SPG event dates back to the First Corsal War. Originally used by the old corporations until Empire to guard shipments. It has since been left behind after the war, repurposed and refit with a howitzer to serve again as a mobile gun carrier by the Sand Scorpions. All right, I'm happy with that. Yeet. Let's go throw us in the war area. Sounds like a $50 million anime pitch. True, that's just the next Gundam series, obviously. Syrup, why are you... What is that GIF you just sent me? Also, why did you send me a... Oh, that was the blueprint I asked for. I was gonna say, why did you send me that? No, I did actually genuinely ask for that one. Took me a second to remember. Alrighty. Oh, I am sleepy today, chat. I was gonna do a longer... You know, I had to pick Neko up from the airport after stream today, so maybe I won't go too long today, and that way I can get a nap in between. He truly is forgetful. I honestly am. I forget... Look, I've forgotten more about this game than you guys will ever learn about it, alright? That's all I'm saying. That one's actually... There may be a hint of truth in that one, I'm not gonna lie. I have forgotten quite a bit about this game. Alrighty. Do you play any other games? I do, yes. I play quite a few other games. Lately I've been on a huge Star Wars kick, so I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Empire at War. I've been playing a lot of Republic Commando. I played a lot of Battlefront 2. Oh, that's the other thing. We're gonna do a big Battlefront 2 night during this charity event, I think. That's Battlefront 2 isn't the 2005 edition, not the remaster or the remakes in 2017. Aside from that, I've also been playing Suzerain every Sunday with chat, which is like a real politics simulator. It's been really fun. Would you be ready if I listen to you in the shower? Freak called Basil. You're fine. Honestly, Basil, the second best time, or the first best time to ask that question was never. The second best time is to just make sure I didn't read it. But no, honestly, like, I assume people understand the social contract. That's all I ask. I enjoy Factorio because designing complicated. Oh, I've already played Factorio. I beat Space Age and all that. Plays number one Bellagio and then murdering people in Star Wars. Look, what happened in Star Wars Battlefront was not what I expected, okay? I have shower. I barely know. True, I barely know her. I've got to go. Bye-bye. Yeah, have a good one, Elmore. Absolutely prominent by, let's just say, my devs. True, Machine, welcome in. How's it going? How's your day going, Jarson? It's going pretty good. Roar, not everyone does. God, no, what I did in Battlefront 2, jeez. For record, it's great because Basil can't counter battery right now. True, Basil can't choke us. They're in the shower. But no, but for those of you who don't know, Battlefront 2 is the game I played up, I grew up playing. And so when I downloaded it just to, re-experience it again, I was playing with Corey and a few other people in the VC. And I told Corey, it's like, we probably don't have to worry about, like team balance and whatnot, because like everyone's probably a sweat if they still play this game online, right? Corey and I then proceeded to body everyone on a public server for the rest of that night. Like, Corey went 50-0, I was going like, 60-2, stuff like that. Like, it was bad. Rest of the Anakin Classic, honestly, screaming, bald, and fermented about that hardly know her joke. Huh? Oh, what, Basil? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. Did someone clip it? I don't remember it. The men, not just the men, but the woman, too. Congrats, Basil, in the shower. You have drip is crazy. But yeah, so suffice to say, my Discord doesn't want to play Battlefront 2 with me anymore. Because even like going head to head, I was destroying everyone else. I thought people who still played it would like. I know a few people that day had bought it to play with me, which is fine. But like, I thought like the people who had already owned it would be like, 20 years of experience. Like, no, it was a slaughter. We slaughtered them like animals. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. Your gaming chair is too good. We can't compete, honestly. Oh, can you guys hear it like when I squeak back and forth? It's so much fun. Oh my god, Neko. All right. back to some lore writing. Let's do white flares. Alright, let's start with the Brimstone and the Inferno, just because I was looking at those earlier. There we go. Alright, you are the Inferno first. Inferno, I hardly know her. Master Rorson, there's too many of them. Literally is what it was like. It's like, because it was funny, because like I did the campaign on stream, right? And people were like, oh, like, you know, I was playing on elite difficulty for everything. And people were laughing, but I was like, you know, I was dying at some points and like losing the missions at every points. And then like we got to multiplayer, and I just decimated them, which just goes to show how fucking cracked and BS elite difficulty is. Me reading the back of the shampoo bottle? Oh, it has war. You are our brother, Roston. You're supposed to ban the sweats, not join them and try hard. Well, that's the Finn Sheepachu. I wasn't try hard, nor was I sweating. I was just playing. So, I grew up playing it with my family, right? The only person I sweat against in Battlefront 2 is my older brother. And that's just because, like, he's probably the only person I know who's consistently better than me at the game. You fool, I've been trained in your squeaky chair by Count Dvorku. Look, you guys get to hear it, okay? I get to hear my gaming chair, you guys get to hear my gaming chair. 4 guns pop. I like to imagine like the chair just holds like 2 cans of WD-40 and then it splits into 4 cans, but like they're smaller cans. Just starts spraying WD-40 all over the axles. But yeah, no, yeah, so like I just played how I normally would, right? I thought I was playing pretty casually. And then I was like watching back some of the footage. I was like flicking headshots. I was like WD-40 submunitions was not on my bingo card. Drawer for order. But yeah, so like, you know, I was flicking headshots. I was absolutely like I was sniping my one friend every time he'd spawn in, I would snipe him down the hallway at Coruscant. It was a really fun time for me. He did not have as much fun. He uninstalled and refunded the game, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I may or may not have made Potat refund the game. That may or may not be my fault. Add WD-40 on FTD, we need a deep water card buff. Oh, can you imagine like WD-40 block just makes all your craft go faster? I didn't refund the game. That's true, Cruiser didn't refund it. Potat did. But also, Cruiser, I was a lot nicer to you. Every time I saw Potat, it was on site. Oh, and Xena, too, because Xena, so Xena Aiden, for those of you who don't know, fellow streamer, good friends with Tyr and I. So she was kept on going, like, oh, hey, like, you know, like, let's play Battlefront 2 together, like, I'll win against you, right? Like, it'll be boss music. She didn't stand a chance, chat. She didn't stand a chance. I felt so bad. I felt so... Because, like, we were, like, talking so much crap to each other beforehand, like, jokingly, obviously. Because I thought I was going to be rusty as all hell, right? Just demolished in seconds. I felt so bad. You shattered Potat's morale that hard. That's awful. I'm glad I'm poor. It's only $10, Orange. You could gladly... you could easily buy it and get the same experience. It's only $10 on Steam. It's a game from 2005. Pandemic Studios made it. But, yeah, and then who else? Chug Buntley just demolished. Like, it really did, like, it really was, like, the chat was the Younglings and I was Anakin. There was no chance. I was humming the Order 66 theme to myself on the Jedi mission, though. That was fun. And then Space Battle is, the first kill I got on Quarry in a space battle. I was in a bomber, and he was in a fighter. He tried to intercept me, and I dropped a bomb direct, like, because the bombs in that game have gravity, right? And so I dropped the bomb directly in his flight path and one-shot him with a proton torpedo. He was not happy about that, and I told him I wouldn't let him live it down. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick little ad break here just so I can go use the washroom. I meant to do it like 30 minutes ago, but... Actually, you know what? It won't be an ad break. You guys can just have the BRB screen. Because that way the ads are maintained to like 3 minutes every hour. I spawned in and Rorson's evil ghost 360 no-scoped me. I did 360 no-scope someone. I forget who it was. I think it was Squeebles when Squeebles had joined. But it was pretty interesting. I'll tell you that much, chat. Oh, Twitch is still broken from the other day, because my follower list is completely gone. That's interesting. Wonder what happened there. Bomber, I heard it dies from Basil Proto so far at Mach 12. Just imagine like Basil, like, you know, like the anime trope where like you accidentally like walk out in the shower, so it's like the towel, and then like, they like scream and they throw something at you. It's just like the soap going Mach fuck into your face. Negative difference in echo. Never thought Basil is Wally West. Oof, death by bomber in space. Yeah, it was rough. Corey did not recover until we... Oh, and then we were playing on a public server the first night. This was back before I left in May. And, because it was Corey, Chug, and I. It was like 1 a.m. or something before my flight. And I remember because what we did is, I got, like, this public match, someone accused Corey of cheating. So I just got into an interceptor, and anytime they left their hanger, I just demolished them. Like, they'd be out of their hanger for 2 seconds, and I would just spawn camp them. So they tried to get onto an auto turret to shoot me down. So I just hid underneath the life support. Because there's no auto turrets on the bottom side of Star Wars ships. And so they came back out of the hanger, and I was like right underneath the hanger, just immediately gunned them down, went back underneath, and just add repeat. They were not happy about this. It was a fun time, though. Anyway, I do have to go use the washroom, so I'll be right back, chat. Don't go away. When we get back, we'll do the lore for the Brimstone and the Inferno. Alright, we're back, chat. Would clouds be delicious? Great question. Incredible question, even. There we go. There we go. They taste of water? Good enough. Yeah, they would taste of water. Probably won't even taste like water, just really humid air. Yeah, you know, like when it's muggy out? That's what it would taste like. Ugh. Oh, I am tired today. So, Inferno, let's think about it, chat. It's a Zealot style tank. What do we want to do with it? Obviously, it's going to be used to, like, rip and tear, right? It's Zealot style. But how would we want to go about it? I will say, it's definitely one of my favorite designs, too, that Bork did. Like, Bork absolutely cooked on the asymmetric flame tanks. Like, having to be a mono left-sider is so cool. Same with the Brimstone up here, which is the Priest equivalent. Like, just absolutely such a cook of a design. But I will say those exhausts... Oh, they do have support. Okay, good. But, It's one of those things, too, where like, I love writing lore for these vehicles. Doing so much at once is always rough. Uses it as ref for my deep guard flamer? Hell yeah. It also looks like cannons, to be honest. I did look at that when I saw it, honestly. Not gonna lie, the new white flares designs are so peak. It's pretty split, honestly. Opinion's pretty split. Like, I really like them. But I know I got a lot of feedback saying like they don't feel white flares, and I'm like, I don't know what you mean by that, because like they feel very white flares to me. But you know what? Everyone has a different idea of what they wanted, right? So it makes sense. Alrighty. Let's see. The paint doesn't look very white flares and white flare. I'd say there's still majority white on here. Like there's a lot darker, but like some of the ships are like that too. Like look at the Covenant, right? I understand what you mean though. Give me the moving megachurch roasting. Where is it? It was banned by Cap. Trust me, I already tried to get it back. I'm allowed to have the moving megachurch for the Inquisition for the HQ and nothing else. I'm also allowed to have a few churches that don't move, but I'm not allowed to be too whimsical, sadly, as much as I'd want to be. All right. Oh shit, M. Hey. I was quiet there for a second because I was literally just banking M for a stream. I didn't see who your raid target was. M, welcome in. How's it going? We just mentioned you earlier. Welcome in, Grimstone. Ju, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you for joining the collection. Skeleton crew is here to cause some mischief. But you see, Jack, you see the issue with that. Chat, steal their bones. They're all skeletons. Add them to our collection, chat. Steal their bones. But yes, welcome to those of you who don't know me. I am Roshan VT. I am an Archaeologist Vtuber alongside real-life archaeologist, and I'm currently pivoted into writing some lore for the land campaign for From the Depths. It is a game that I have helped work on since 2022, and I was put in charge of the land campaign, so we're doing tanks today. I'm not a skeleton, I'm a Herskaner. Okay, you know what, fair enough. Jack gets to keep their bones. Everyone else, bones stolen. My bones! Not my bones! But yes, M, how was stream? Okay, actually, I was gonna ask how the stream is. I was watching stream. I know how stream went. And I just want to point out, chat, Ed was doing what's called a Freaky Friday. And I'm not gonna lie, some of that chat, I'd like to preface this, no judgment if you're coming in from M's chat. I saw your hear me outs. I saw what you posted, chat. I saw it. And I'm not gonna lie. Some of us, I'm not willing to hear out. They're property of the Empire. Oh, great! That means we can count it as a tax write-off for the rebellion. It's a business tax write-off if we're stealing from the Empire. You saw nothing. That is not a boat. True, this is not a boat, Wally. It was Pharaoh Friday. Oh, my apologies. Would you hear out Roach Trick? You know what, Senior Trick? Yeah, I'm willing to hear that out. Riot. No, okay. So the funny thing, Wally, is I normally do work on boats. For those of you who don't know, From the Depths is a voxel-based building game. You can build boats, planes, airships, tanks, whatever you can think of. I'm in charge of the land campaign. Judging by the fact that most of you have never seen me build land vehicles, that means I'm not doing well enough to get enough job. But when did we become revolutionaries? Oh no, it's just me. I'm part of I'm the leader of the the rebellion to restore the Republic in the Empire. It's based off the hit series Andror. No, stealing from the Empire is a violation of the Interplanar Accords. Shit. Goddamn Interplanar Accords. Who built the Land Marauder? I'm building the new one. The original one, I believe, was built by either Magist or Paphos. You steal, you die. Okay, but then if I die, I become a skeleton myself, and then I get my own bones. So either way, the end result here is I get bones. This is a win-win situation for me, M. You must understand that. Have a good work. Yeah. Also, for the record, please. But I don't know if we got that shout out for M. If we didn't, can we please get a shout out for M? I'll just handle it. I didn't see it go through, so if someone else already shouted you, you get a second one, M. But for those of you who don't know M, she is a variety streamer from the States who is incredibly quiet. You'd never believe how quiet she is, chat. And put the maid dress on? No. But yeah, she is also the artist for the original Maidstone art. Your bones aren't yours then, Rory. They belong to the Empire. Oh, wait, so you own people now. I see, chat. This is why we have a rebellion. I don't believe in owning people. That's crazy. Death just means glory in Paradors. Oh, God. You consider stealing bones from your own skeleton? I have. So, as you probably know, children have more bones than adults. As I grew into an adult, I stole my own bones. That's why I only have, I think it's 207 now, right? Human bones count. I have 206 bones, chat. I promise I do not have 207. I have 206. Yeah, and then at the time, yeah, so when you're a baby, you have 270, and then when you're an adult, you have 206. So tell me, chat, who stole the remaining 64? Checkmate, Empire. That Ross's mom totally doesn't believe that M has hero loss. Oh, I forgot I told you guys that story. It's such a good story. Alright, here's the count his bones. When did the extra bone come from? Don't worry about it, I stole it. There's the shout out for M there. But yes, for those of you coming in from M stream, please, by all means, I know M did a long stream today. By all means, go get food, water, rest. If you want to stay and work, if you want to stay and chat, you're always welcome to. If you have to go, there's no worries. You don't have 207? Well, not right now. Oh my god, M. I have 207 right now because I just got away with a successful heist. I have a femur that I managed to steal from the palace entrance there. I don't know if it's human, but when I have my bones back, who got them? Yeah, true. There's 64 missing bones. Who stole those 64 bones from each of you, chat? That's my question. Don't you fiend builders, Rorson, or am I insane? What do you mean, do I fiend builders? So Avery in this roar chat. Skeleton crew here is to cause some mischief. Eileen, welcome in. How's it going? The extra bone in the infamous. Okay. What do you mean infamous? Thank you for the care package, Eileen. It's good to see you. But what do you mean infamous, Jew? I want one cotton candy and this 1,000 skeletons drop out the closet. Infamous? Yeah. What do you mean by? Why is it infamous? Dude, I love that suit. Oh, true. But yes, so what we're working on today, actually, normally I'd be building stuff like this. Well, normally I'd have other people build stuff like this. I would just start with a basic concept. But today we're actually writing the lore. So for some of you who might not know this game, the lore is going to be really sporadic and all over the place for you. But we're currently working on the lore for the religious zealot faction. So this faction is split into two different styles. So we have priest style, which is like the upper echelon and the people who control the masses. And then you have the zealots, which are the masses who are easily manipulated into, let's just say, interesting tactics. Yeah, I gotta open my door for some air shit. But I have 320 bones getting my level. Do you? How many bones does a dog have? Well, most dogs have 319, so where's that extra? Where did the extra bone come from? Oh, number changes based on the bones in a dog's tail, which can range from as few as 6 to as many as 23. Fair. The lore is scattered and confusing for people who play the game as well. That is true. M famous? Oh, true. M famous. It's been insane if Neko to torture me while I'm in the wet box. Me, literally. Don't question why I have 1,000 bodies. Just give me colon candy. Cotton candy. I read that was colon candy because you guys do colon free so much. Lawn tail is lawn. Very, very true. Many such tales. All right. So, but yeah, just to get a brief explanation here, we're just writing up some lore for these two craft here, the Inferno and the Brimstone. These are both flame tanks. One is zealots. One is priest style. So this is the zealot one. This is the priest one. So for this guy right here, let's see what other lore we have in here already. We have Cataphract, which needs to be changed. We have the Ravager, which also needs to be changed because it's based on the Cataphract. Slayer. Interesting. Reaver. Alright. Yeah. Colon candy. Yummy. No, please don't call it colon candy. Sally, have a good work. Enjoy. You as well, Jack. Have a good work. No, please, by all means, like, if you're coming in from the raid, go work. I do need to get back to writing this, though, because I do want to get at least... I just got Deepwater Guard done, which is the pirate faction. I do need to get quite a bit more done today, because I have been slacking for, like, a month now. Colon candy. Yeah, colon candy sounds really gross. I regret misreading that now. Oh my god, that's great. 1 second for a sec. Your phone buzzed? No, it didn't. So normally you'd be right, because normally I'd keep my phone right next to my mic, but my phone is in my office. Or, sorry, my phone is in my bedroom. I'm in my office. So my phone did not buzz. That was either me opening my water bottle, or that was me squeaking my chair, because my chair is quite squeaky. We were talking earlier about how like, I need to like be like General Grievous, but with WD-40 canisters around my chair. Sus? What do you mean sus? How is that sus? I don't have my phone next to me. Also, why is it sus to not have my phone next to me? I thought that would be fine. Also, I don't want to hear sus from someone who... And that's sus not. I don't want to hear sus from someone who just said, thank you for submissions for today's Hear Me Out ranking. I just saw the final tier list. I'm mainly just interested as to where... Okay, you put Kezu in F. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if Kezu got above an F tier, I would be very disappointed. Still Merxy's favorite monster, by the way, chat. Wait, is... Okay, good. I'm safe from retaliation. What's that vibrating if it's not your phone? I have music on. There's like Zelda music playing with the... Keep in mind, I do use noise canceling headphones, so I don't hear any vibration sound. I'm not gonna lie. Is there a vibration sound right now? One second. Let me pause the music. Unmute. No, okay, that seems fine. Oh, maybe it's my fan. Also, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You guys can't hear the music because I had it disabled. I was just jamming to music this entire time. Nobody mentioned that nobody could hear the music. There you go. Now you guys can hear me running back on... There we go. Let's mute myself. There's the music. Can you guys hear the music now? I've had the music on for an hour and 45 and no one mentioned that they couldn't hear the music. You guys know I play Zelda music every time we do an FTD stream. Did try to tell you to open the music? I think it was like that last stream too. Presented way early in the stream. Why did nobody mention it? If I didn't read it out, that means I didn't see it. Oh, no music. There you go. Can you guys hear the music now? That's hilarious. That's actually so funny. He for gore. I did for gore. Okay, can you guys hear the music now? It's still silent? Sorry for no, not you too, M, please. It's bad enough because we've been getting to quite a few new people lately. And every time we get someone new come in, chat immediately goes, hey, this is how you roar speak. Here's a tutorial, here's how you replace every word with it. Have fun. And then that gets the new person roar speaking as well. Like, can we have some people who don't roar speak so I can actually fucking read chat, please? Colon free. Don't you colon free me. It was stereo and I only had one headphone in. Oh wow, do Crown roar now, please. We have to brain roar every new person. Very quiet music. Yeah, the music is meant to be very quiet, because I've changed my audio setting, so it's probably going to sound quieter. There we go. I can raise it up a little bit. Is that loud enough for you guys now? Tutorial? No. It's only in my right ear. That's on you. Excuse me. Perfect. Oh, Shro Spork, the roaring one. Oh, god damn it. Henry, please. Henry, I want you to know that you are listed as one of the top cult members in staff chat if we ever have to execute the cult. You're getting taken out, Slowboy's getting taken out. Who else was on that list, Carson? Roar speak, best speak? No, please. We have a list for that? We should. I asked Quarry to make one. Chat's brain PID is misattunes. Roarfic? No, please, Connie. Alright. Oh, this one's also vibrating. Is that what you're hearing? Quarry would never betray a Rolt? What do you mean? Quarry and Carson are like my union busters. Because the cult is just a union with extra step. How's the Warson going? We've been a little bit distracted by M's raid because we had to steal some femurs, but... Or sorry, theme roars, as chat would say. I hate it here so much. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing like the hands on the head, like, why are we here? Just to suffer meme. Corey basically never does mods up. That's not even true. He's like the shoutout guy. How dare you insult him? Also, he's actually pretty useful as a Discord mod. He does keep it quite good in there. Carson is like the... Corey is the carrot if Carson is the stick. Don't over-roar on the roar part of Roarspeak. Roarspeak also includes the Sten part. I thought the Sten part was heresy. Roarston? Oh, yeah, no. The meme is literally me right now. Shadows aren't banning people? You're right, they're not banning people. You said it was the Tiananmen Square. Carson, you're not supposed to say that part. No, actually, I don't think you roarify theme roar. Why wouldn't it not be? Oh, okay, I realize why you don't roarify that. I realize what that spells if you roarify that. I just realized, yeah. No, the Sten is heresy, people in a real roartix. I just realized doesn't feel roar. Jesus Christ. We're on his way to run student summer with the Kobesh. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's such a good point. What if we just put chat there? The Sten is a diminutive for sacrifices. I don't feel roar, I don't feel roar, Mr. Rorston. The horror's heresy. The horror's heresy is crazy. Wait, what does it spell? If you roarify femur, you just get femroar. Bone in shambles. The roar guy. Pull an important part of someone's name and add that to a word connects into that word. I see. Former. Oh, thank you. Former is better. Like the NCAR-VD. True, NCAR-VD is pretty solid. Or 1980 Roar. Still my favorite bit of Roar speak. It's so funny to me. Alright. The Inferno, as its name suggests, is what? What is the Inferno, chat? It's obviously a flame tank. That part is clear. But, like, what else is it? Basal neuron activation, sesame and the legs. From Moe. Holy shit, you moify? Why did you moify the tremor? The Karstopo? No, we're not calling him the Karstopo. It has a Melta. It has a flamer. It has a flame thrower. Flamethrower. Jesus Christ, Orange, I don't... Jesus, I'm not gonna try and read that. Genuinely, I'm close to cutting the bit. Rorsby and Rex, that just... Okay, but Rex is Latin for kin, so I don't think that works. Yeah, sorry guys, Carson has cut the NCAR-VD bit. That does not mean you switch to Karstopo, you cut that shit out. Fire bonds the soul to the body, counter to removing the skin, the flames seal the body. Oh, okay, actually, yeah, what if we have, like, the Inferno as, like... What if it's initially used for crowd suppression inside the Zealots? Like, they use it to like, condemn each other to, like, a heavenless death. You know what I mean? Because, like, the whole part of White Flare culture is that, like, you know, when you flay someone, it makes them ready for heaven. That's part of their death rites, right? So sealing the body with a flamethrower is actually a really good idea. Well, it's a horrifying idea for if you're a zealot, because that means you can never reach their version of heaven. You know, like being equal to stuff like that? Yeah, no, Carson, absolutely. I'm saying, like, do cut the bit. If you're not comfortable with the bit, we cut it. The joke's not funny unless everyone's laughing. Change the fire to green, now it's acid. Instead of melting the skin to the body, now it melts the skin away from the body. Well, the point of Brimstone and the Inferno is that it's meant to be flames. So I like the idea of it as, again, it's a punishment. Okay, incineration for prisoners is so evil. Didn't realize that that's what the White Flare theology was. Yeah. So, like, the White Flares actually think they're helping you whenever they flay you. It's... Don't get me wrong, it's messed up. Also, gore warning for people who are new here. The White Flares are silly little zealots who like flaying people. Imagine House Bolton, but if they were sane. How about CIA? No, guys, he asked the bit for the bit to be over. So just drop it. Move on, we can have a new bit. Alright? Basically, Omega Church people, but worse. I'd I'd say there's different elements. I wouldn't say it's just like definitely. I know it's made as a caricature for organized religion. That part is obvious. It's very much satire on organized religion. But I don't know if. New bit. Find your veg emote and tuck version in for a nap. Oh. I just changed my... No, 1980 roar refers to me. Anything like 1980 roar referring to me is fine. That's fine, Pikachu. I'm fine with it. I'm just saying don't make fun of Carson if he's asked us not to. Just, it's all about boundaries and respecting people, right? Damn, the white flares flayed people. Next to tell me Conrad the child flens his children. Big roar. Why did I read that in the... Oh, I forget her name. I feel horrible. But Full Metal Alchemist, you know the episode, the Chimera episode, the Big Brover. Just my VTuber model fused with a. Jesus Christ! Sorry, that took a dark turn. Imagine if Vlad the Impaler impaled people. True. Can't believe the child killer murder legion are the baddies. I know, right? All right, the Inferno, as its name suggests, wields. Cacophony, just because I thought of that word before I thought of the lore, and I want to use it now. Cacophony. Spelled that wrong, shit. Of flamethrowers welded into its hull at various points. I think maybe we have the Inferno as like just like, you know, it's like a Beyblade. It's like, we'll try spinning this a new trick and then just fire everywhere, right? For Meteor Alchemist. Wait, so would the white flare look down on burials since that also probably seals the soul away? No. Ooh, that's a good question actually. I'll have to talk to Cap about it, but I like the idea. Like I'm thinking right now, I like the idea of like you know, peeled and then sky burial. I'm kind of liking that. I'm kind of... I hate that I have to say I'm vibing with the idea of peeled and then... What? I haven't even played that much RimWorld. What am I saying? Jesus Christ. But I do like the idea of sky burials involved with this. Yeah, I think sky burials make sense. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. They nuke the bodies. No, I think the idea of sky burials makes a lot of sense. Because the white flares do live in an area with lots of trees. Because, let me double check something. Yeah, so you had the the Whispering Wind Plains here. So the forests have actually been mostly chopped down, but like, let's say the trees that are left, you could definitely get some sky burials out on the plains here. And it's right next to the Carbengo Flats. So, like, you know, like the Carbengos might pick at the bodies. This is implying that Carbengos are... Maybe I shouldn't imply that Carbengo is a cannibal. Yeah, they survive well on the limited plant life. But also, I do really find it funny if we have the Carbengos part of the sky. Carbengo is a vulture. Carbengo is a woman. That name might be offensive. We Bronin Cannibals back? No, don't say that word too loud. Soulboy will hear you. It's a good idea to attack the Onyx Watch Leader campaign via the land. I feel like they would struggle greatly with defending. Yeah, isn't that what? Against that, okay. Carbengos, does this apply to his long lost Iron Duke? White Flares, CK Free, Run When. Honestly, it does feel like I'm playing CK Free. Yeah, so I think, like, his White Flares, I think, is like from this area in here, and then it would be into the Corsal Dunes. I'm going to be changing the map around when I get a chance. I'm going to get rid of this massive body of water here, and I'm just going to have the dunes slope out with maybe a mountain range here, and then have them slope out with different oases dotted around. No, it doesn't count as the best form of nutrition if you're a kangaroo-type creature. It's not the same species, then. Fair, that's true. Also, calling that the best form of nutrition is wild. I'm just gonna have to learn the map editor. I already know the map editor. It's really not that bad. It's just, it feels like classic 2010s UI. Excuse me. Alright. What else do we want to do? Something that, yeah, I think just the idea of like it spins maybe at various points. I want to make sure I'm using the right word for cacophony. Cacophony? Cocoa beat. A harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. Yeah, that works. It's called literacy. I'm sure someone will read that and be like, that's actually wrong. And I'm like, I don't care. It sounds cool. Cacophony. I bet you would, Basil. I bet you would. Deepwater Guard getting shallow ponds instead of 2 half-assed rivers? Indeed. Welded into its hull at various points. The Zealot piloting this tank. The Zealots who pilot this tank tend to be selected for their tendency to careen into the enemy lines, spilling fuel and flame alike. There we go. I kind of like that idea, because like it invokes the idea of like, you know, just it goes into the middle of the enemy lines and just spews fire everywhere. I think that's solid. I'm pretty happy with that. Shallow ponds might actually go hard for adjustment games. Ah yes, the shallow pond security, the SPS, shallow pond security versus the Deepwater Guard. Who would win? Will we be seeing use of magma terrain in the new Ashes map or not? I don't know anywhere it would be worthwhile to have. Like, where would we put it, right? Because it's a pretty temperate island. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a continent, this is just an island. Might put some snow up here in the Titan's Tundra, but... maybe have some snow-capped mountains as well, if depending on how creative I want to get with it. Maybe I could put a volcano to have magma terrain. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then you have the Shockrey Coast. Copperwind Plateau is where the Inquisition is, I'm pretty sure. Shockrey Coast is where the LH HQ is. I might move it up to here, actually, because I like this little peninsula here. And then just expand this all the way up to this land map. Because I want to have more water tiles as well, which I know sounds silly in a land campaign, but I think it could add some interest and dynamic. Don't think you can have different biomes joined by land. Super janky. No? Aw, damn. Get to be separated by water? Damn, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I'm just going to leave it as grass then. Like that's just, I have to leave it as grass then. I thought you could separate it now. Well, that sucks. Then you have Gemini Lakes, which is TG, Coldwell Plains. And then you have the Titan's Tundra, which is Onyx Watch. Because TG is down here, and then Steel Empire's in here. The land is low enough, it's beach sand. That's where it has snow. Do I not have any favorites, really? That's crazy. There you go, your favorite now. Whee! Nope, just grass. Oops, all grass. Alright, let's get the Inferno back in. Yeah, we'll use the Brimstone as the punishment vehicle, and then the Zealot can just be like the crazy vehicle, right? When Ashes getting Mesa update? That's a great question. Honestly, I'll have to ask the devs about whether or not we can get biomes changed without islands. I would love mesas. We already have some mesas. Like, Copperwind Plateau, I'm pretty sure is a mesa, is it not? My doggy Penny says hi. Hello! If I just like, well, actually, here, one second. If I just, because I know your dog likes to bark if you're allowed. So like, if I just like, insult Basil until Basil's like, bro, that's crazy, then. Can't do snow cat methods. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. I will simply ask if they can change how biomes work. Clueless emoji. I'm sure they will be perfectly content with me asking that, and they will not be upset whatsoever. Oh no, she's chilling right now, and you're on speakerphone. She can hear you. Oh no. All right, is there anything like maybe the Inferno is just one of those designs that we don't have to go too crazy with. We can just have a short one. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's just keep it as a short one. If we think of something else, let me know, chat, and we can, we can change it later. All right, new white player folder in the lore Ipsum, the lore Ipsum. Oh, that's such a funny file name to me. All right, this will be inferno.txt. Alright, save. Alright, now we swap this over to the brimstone. Let's pop the brimstone out and see what it looks like. Alright, the brimstone. So, pretty basic priest tank. I think this one we use as the punishment one. Which means in the future I might add like gibbets or something to the sides, like little cages for prisoners. I have this as like like almost like a vehicle version of a commissar. That just got really dark. I apologize, chat. Whenever I do White Flare War, I always go to a really dark place. So it looks so cool from the side. I know, right? I love it. I love the fuel tanks on it too. It's such a cook. One difference I do want to go back and fix maybe with the new White Flare style is like maybe change up some of the silhouettes. Because I was talking with Carbon, some of them do look pretty similar. Like it's not an issue to me, but it's one of those things where it's like, maybe we could change it. Oh yeah, we have harpoons for catching people. Yo, this is poggers. True. Many such craft. New White Flares looking peak. I know, I love it. Grim Dork. Comma system. I thought White Flare wasn't allowed that anymore. Which part? Weren't allowed which part? I'm curious. What are you catching with that, people? Giants? Look, mind your own business, alright, Chipachu? No, this is probably not your dark joke, the tank. Would they do a melee pack tank? I don't know anything about that. Priests, no, but the Zealots have a melee pack tank called the Savior. Oh, okay, we're going into the ads. You gotta love the ads. You want to break from the ads, chat? I want to break from the ads. I wish we had a break from the ads. I hate ads. I'm just gonna sit here and watch the ads on my own channel. I lost my subscription. It was so sad. I'm no longer a tier-free sub to myself. Can you believe it, chat? I had to watch ads on my own channel. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So. The brimstone bears a grim tap. That's just the first sentence, full stop. Here we go, chat. It is well known in Warhammer Society, I guess? High Warhammer Society? Because they wouldn't say Flare Society. It's well known in High Warhammer Society. To be flayed upon death is to release one's soul to the Blade God. There we go. And this is all because Syrup said, what if you seal someone with fire? We are literally cauterizing them out of heaven. That is crazy to me. That is like, that's actually insane. We are cauterizing people out of heaven. But like, the strapping prisoners to vehicles. As long as they're not being depicted being like gored, right? So, The issue with mannequins being strapped to vehicles was normally they were in like horrific poses that were like implying active punishment. But if they're just hanging around in a cage, that's fine. Which again sounds horrifying out of context, chat. But like the biggest issue too is there's some people who had mannequins with like the blood camo, which didn't quite work. All right. Warhammer Society about. To be flayed upon death is to release one's soul to the flayed god. Full stop. The Brimstone rejects this premise. For those found within range of its unholy fire. I'm kind of tempted to like almost add. I probably won't add blue jets of fire to this, but I'm like, you know, just to show it's super hot. So the only issue is the funny jam. Yeah, the strawberry jam with mannequins is an issue. If impaling prisoners on missiles that is strapped into it would be okay. Probably, yeah. Question was, does Finn shoot? It shoots unholy fire. Did you not read the lore document? Oh my god, people. We're building lore documents for a reason. So it has the harpoons, and then it has fire. It also has a lot of clicking noises because it doesn't have enough fire. And there we go. Oh, it's a flamethrower. Yeah, fire in the hole. True, fire in the hole indeed. To be fair, this was made before you could deco flame nozzles. Alright. Alright, the Brimstone rejects this premise for foes found within range of its unholy fire. The fire burns hot enough. See, this is gonna be. This feels a little bit. It's like, can you lighten up a little bit? Seal the soul within the target, and therefore they may never join the flayed god in his halls. I'll have to ask Cap to refine this with me, so this isn't gonna be the final version we sent them today. So I'll have to ask Cap if how he would want to refine it, but. If there's fire in your hole, please seek medical attention. I love double flamer tanks. They're so cool. I want to do a flamer tank for Steel Empire as well at some point. I have one started called the Surtur. I just haven't finished it yet. Alright. The priests assigned to this detail are often grim-faced or do I want to say stone cold? They can't be stone cold. They're a flame tank operator. Are often grim-faced and determined, as this tank is rarely seen in the field. More often than not, it is used on unruly zealots as the most severe punishment for dissent, apostasy, and blasphemy. There we go. Yeah, so this is mostly used for people who like either reject the flayed god or like, you know, preach the wrong type of flayed god. Apostasy. There we go. Alright, God, that is, I'm trying so hard to find a way to not write that as like, yeah, we seal the victim inside by burning them alive. Nah, actually, they love their job. Well, no, because keep in mind, like, the priests love it when someone, you know, like, when people get flayed, like, they're happy to give them to the flayed god, right? So being not given to the flayed god is not a good fit. I wouldn't say they enjoy this job. Just really joyous people. It's rarely seen in the field. More often than not, it is used on unruly zealots as the most severe punishment for dissent, apostasy, and blasphemy. All right, that was a fun little thought experiment, chat. Let's not go that dark again, shall we? I'll have to send that one to Cap and make sure he's okay with that, because that is, yikes. Oh, there we go. Big stretch. A silly bunch. Basil redeemed head pet. Basil, we don't have a redeem for head pets. You can't redeem head pets if we don't have them. Alright, I do really fucking like the look at this tank, though. Bonk fucking cooked on it. That's in the wrong area. Alright, so that's Brimstone, Inferno done. Inquisition is fine. I'll rewrite the Ravager once we have the Cataphract done, because those are massive paragraphs that I don't want to parse out right now. Honestly, I think the Smite is fine. Self-guided bombs, the player simply thought it was far cheaper to just stick a Zealot behind the wheel instead. Does I redeemed it right there? Ah, I see. Maybe at the Priest driving the flame tanks being so fervent and aggressive, they are almost heretical and as such get shoved in the more dangerous flame tanks. Maybe for the Zealots, not for the Priests. Again, the Priests, that is not like a tank that is... Because being fervent and aggressive means that you'd be rewarded. It does not mean you'd be punished. That tank being assigned to that detail is a punishment for both the crew and the unfortunate victim. Because, like, imagine like if you weren't buried, then you'd go to hell, right? Now imagine you work in a crematorium. You can see how that would feel really bad, right? Like the Ever-Priest vehicles that like the stick at range. Nah, Gravitas, that's not the point of the Brimstone. Smash get flamed and slayed, true. All flame, no all flame, no flay. Oh, but that just reminds me of the meme of Cap going, "Yas, bitch, flay!" It's so good. Basil team to choke 100, sadly choker. You barely knew her. Oh my fucking god. Neko, I'm leaving you at the airport. All flame, no flame makes Shawnee a sad zealot. True. I need a choke emote. That's crazy to say, Basil. That's all I'm gonna say. That's absolutely insane to say. I need a choke emote is crazy. Alright. So. Could do Forsaken, could do Rapture, Smite, Slayer. I actually, you know what? I think what I might do is I might wait for Cap to give me a bit more information about White Flares, and then we'll come back to writing lore reviews. Because there's quite a few of you that I want to look at manufacturers first. I want to see who built what. Which means we're going to go straight to Steel Empire, because Carb gave me a full list of who built what and what the rules are. Sorry, let me go check my Discord and see. Okay. So you have the Resource Collector, Wheeled Armored Personnel Carrier, Heavy Cram Tank, Multi-Role, Infantry Line Assault Tank, Cargo Hauler, Light Tank, Amphibious Assault Hovercraft, Self-Propelled Anti-Aircraft Gun, Carry-All for the Atreides, Pack Weapon Carrier, Tank Destroyer. Alright, chat, you can, okay, when I'm looking through the different manufacturers, you let me know which one you want to look at first, okay? Which one do we want to make first, aside from the 4, because the 4 already has lore. So which one do we want to write first? No, we'll make lore together. Or suplex and all the horny sims. Neko's and Rorson's favorite pastime is such dedication that I respect it. It's different, Choke. Get your mind out of the gutter. Terrorizing her with that joke. White player superior, SC inferior. Oh god. Chokes and emote is needed. No, we're not doing an emote for choking me. Neko's and Rorson's favorite pastime. It's okay, I'm not actually bothered by it all. Bother? Bother? I hardly know her. Sorry. Terrorize. Oh my god. Hadron? Oh wait, that's not its name anymore. Yeah, it's called the 4 now. Bobber, I was already said it, Neko. I said it first. Scarab? Oh, actually, yeah, Scarab's a great idea. Let's start with the Scarab, because then we can work our way up. Alright, so the Scarab was made by Kokidos General Armor, or how did Carb pronounce it, because he spelled it Greek. Koketos. Cocytus. I'm sure no one will make fun of that. Just for as you wondering, it's spelt like this. Cocytus. Alright, aims 500mm railgun at Neko's general direction. It would bounce. Let's go from the start, Artemis. That would make sense, but we don't make sense here. Alright, Scarab. Let's not spawn in on the Steel Empire side. There we go. Okay. What do we want to say about this bad boy?
I have
What's
a
up?
message from the field. Cocytos 3.
Cocytos free. True. Unfortunately, many such cases. Walter, we need the cock. Oh no, it's not Mike Ehrmantraut again. Alright, so obviously main battle tank. What else? We need a little bit more for this. This is the centerpiece of Steel Empire's, wait. Broken Bad. That just... Broken Bad just sounds like a dog that's barking at, like, the window. And it's like, hey, stop that. Overlord? True. Alright, crack out the notepad again, because I keep closing it like a fool. Summarize its lore. Fuck you and your armor seam. Also, whoa, kinetic missile upon you. The Scarab is... Scarab is the main... actually, do we want to say it's an old design or a newer design? Scarab was the last design of the old Steel Empire. A solid MBT. Like the lore about how the design started by some general drunkenly demanded they put a fixed cannon into a tank. No, because I would say old Steel Empire was pretty competent. Like Steel Empire is kind of like Roman Empire equivalent, right? But instead of a main battle tank, you try other states like Pennsylvania or Ohio. And Ohio Gozaima's battle tank just doesn't have the same ring to it. Not gonna lie, it'd be cool to spawn menu and V-menu had manufacturer logos for the campaign builds and or sub-faction tags. Do you want to make those manufacturer logos? Because I don't. Scab is a great representation of... Oh my god, no, let's not say that. Let's not say that, Cruiser. Oh, okay, no, I see what you mean. Okay, that's fine. I thought you were referencing something else, and I was like, no, let's not do that. See, it's confident because they were holding SD back a bit, especially their cram gun fins. War says, yeah, I think they're called the Janus now for the big artillery guns. All right, we have enough time for this solid MBT. Built before the collapse and put into production in the, let's say, thousands? In the thousands, sure. Many have fallen during the wars, the collapse, and the first Foxmere invasion. Due to either attrition, combat losses, or attrition, combat losses, or just lack of parts for maintenance. Because I assume like the factories were hit pretty hard when Foxmere. Let's say, oh, actually, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna ask Carb about this. I want to see if we can have Cocytos. They were state, like, you know, their main labs and research and production facilities were all in Foxmere. So like the Scarab, like, there's not many produced anymore, but there was thousands made originally. What difficulty is the Scarab? It's considered one of the elites. Lotus Sweep, welcome to the collection. How's it going? I see, it's just a soup of NATO and Soviet influences. It really is. Alright, I'm interested now that there's land. Boats make no sense to me, but land vehicles do. I would prefer you work with that. Really, Spazel? I didn't know you were a tank guy. Interesting. Maybe it's so new that they didn't finish the initial production run when LH and Wayne years left and it Fox production. I think, better yet, it did get a production run, but there can be no, like, there's no spare parts. Like, they're all set, like, all the parts have to be, like, cannibalized from each other. Because, Foxmere got fucking obliterated. They got Scarlet Dawn blasted. Scarlet Dawn did the Foxmere what the Covenant did to Reach. Just glassed the entire surface. Would love to see you remake the Jackal. I don't think Carb wants a remake for the Jackal right now. Could be the next gen tank, which explains why it's so powerful. Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, it was intent. Like, imagine had everything gone perfectly, the Steel Empire would have thousands of Scarabs, and like that would be their main tank for the next generation. Absolutely. But because the facility got wiped the fuck off the map, like the plans are gone, the spare part factory is gone, the main production facility gone. Person wants me to 3D model an FTD. The what? Oh, it's another vehicle. We'll get over. We'll get to it eventually, Basil. The Jackal is the infantry. Like, it's a scout vehicle. But no, let's get Basil into the game first before we get them into campaign building. All right. Combat loss is just a lack of parts for maintenance. The factory that produced the Scarabs. Cocytos. What was the full name? Cocytos General Armor. I'm gonna do Canadian spelling and nobody can stop me, chat. Nobody can stop me from not using American spelling. I will add a U onto every OR word. They cannot stop me. They didn't get heavily stressed with their, also Armor, I hardly know her. But, they didn't get heavily stressed with their scuffles with the SD, they've gotten more Scarabs, yeah. Again, it's not that they didn't get heavily stressed, it's that the Scarab plant blew up. General Armor's, next gen tank production line was all located in a factory sitting in Foxmere when the Scarlet Dawn arrived. With the loss of Foxmere, no new Scarabs or their replacement parts can be produced. I like the idea of like the Scarabs were made in a factory city. Like the idea of the Steel Empire having like factory cities is pretty fun to me. And then like maybe I can put like a ruined factory city on the map somewhere. Love like a Kryptonian bakery, so true. Look, I was talking to my friend Ion the other day, Neko, and it was so funny because like he was complaining that he had a bunch of clay pit accidents that caused a death spiral of his village because all of his odd jobbers got killed off in the clay pits. And I was like, yeah, imagine what that's like. I was out here playing Kryptonians, and it was like fucking Angry Birds with the amount of explosions coming out of the bakery and all the pigs going flying. That's these words. Unlucky! No new Scarabs or replacement cards can be produced. This results in all current Scarabs being used sparingly by the Steel Empire High Command until production can be restored. There we go. Alright, I'll flesh that out with Carb later. But I'm like decently happy if that as an idea. Now, I do see what time it is. I was honestly hoping we'd get a lot more done today, but honestly, it's been a fun time today, so I don't mind. Like, I was hoping to get more done, but it's one of those things where it's like, we had fun writing it, we had fun just chatting. It was kind of more of just chatting stream, honestly. Alrighty. So, I'm going to run some ads here, just so you guys don't get it during Raw Roasts, and then we will swap out to Raw Roasts. I do have to go use the washroom again, so it will actually be a full 3-minute break. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're back. Also, I just had a great idea when I was walking around. So, if we ever get an Ashes story mode, which I will be pushing for once Ashes is fully fleshed out, imagine one of the final Steel Empire missions. You know how like Deepwater Guard, Steel Empire, all of them get different mission trees in theater. Imagine if one of the mission, like the last mission, is just a wave defense. You have to hold the perimeter of the factory city of Cocytus until reinforcements can arrive, and you only have Ash's Steel Empire designs and maybe a few older style ships, versus an onslaught of Scarlet Dawn. Hey Morgana, how's it going? But I just thought of that. I'm gonna talk with Carver about it. Don't make it a timed battle. Final wave is 500 event horizons. Oh, you like make it a score attack? Well, I was thinking even like just have it like new objective survive. Because like maybe make it like for a mission itself a timed objective of like you have to survive 30 minutes, and then like after the 30 minutes, there's just a little text pop up saying that like the reinforcements were wiped out, and you have to now hold indefinitely, and you make it a high score. Actually, yeah, maybe a score attack would work better, because then you can be like, all right, what's your high score? How much score did you get? Like deleting SD as Deathmaster, they outnumber us 3-1. It is an uneven fight then. Cool rock fact. Alrighty. I already did the ice fact earlier. Neko wasn't here for it, but what is Steel Traders companies? We have Cocytus General Armor, which is the track stuff, and then we have I want to say Repromium. Repromium Heavy Industry, which is the naval assets, Normont Motor Company, which is the wheeled assets, and then OCDS Industries, which is the bomber and airships. Yeah, that could be cooking. Whereas the great talents in the invasion by the Scarlet Dawn. Well, no, I'm thinking just Ashes wise. So like the Onyx Watch campaign, like story missions would all be about like, you know, the rise of the Dustwind coming back and like attacking them. Steel Empire would obviously be like the build up to like imagine like the first mission, like you're defending a convoy from Dustwind Raiders trying to get like, so you have to defend free craft trying to get from point A to point B. I don't know how complex we can make missions. I know story mode hasn't been touched in a while, so maybe I'll discuss this with Abby and Sean. But like you have to get from point A to, you have to get free craft from point A to point B, and the entire time you're harassed by like copperheads and dust choppers, because those dust choppers with the glide bombs could do a lot of damage. So like, you know, you need a vehicle that can take out small units, but can also like have a sea whiz to take out, or like a lambs or a sea whiz. Could be really interesting. In utter darkness, because you're really milking these designs for content. What do you mean? What else was there? If you finish the objective, it just becomes kill as many as possible before you're wiped out. Yeah, literally. Because like at that point, it's like, all right, help is not coming. You have to defend Cocytus against Scarlet Dawn. It's like I really can't imagine. And like after that message, like maybe let like one godly spawn at a time. Because I really can't imagine any Steel Empire Ashes design surviving against a godly SD design. I think GT was heavily strong now and had Devil's Curse during Ashes. Well, the end of, like, technically, just after Ashes is when the Devil's Curse blows up Foxmere. Right? So, retreat is impossible, inflict maximum damage. Yeah, literally. I'm thinking of, like, the Reach, like, new objectives survive. And it's just wave after wave. As they get blown up, spawn a new one. Yeah, it might be a little bit computer intensive, though, so it may have to be, like, free craft at a time. Counter Scarlet Dawn probe spawns like an interloper. Oh, that's not bad. Well, I'm semi-right, it was alive. Yeah, and then the Devil's Curse immediately dies. The Devil's Curse main goal is to blow up and then act like it doesn't know Foxmere, because Foxmere gets absolutely fucking destroyed. Anyway, it was just ideas I had. I'll write them down later. Because worst case scenario, I make them myself in the mission and design editor, and then package them as like a workshop thing, right? Bonus point if we get ruined structures as allies. Well, no, you'd have like a city to defend. Like maybe you have to keep it alive for like, I don't know. 30 minutes would probably be too much, because then at that point it's just that you have to one-shot SD, otherwise they'll whittle it down. But I'll talk about it with Paddock and Carb. Not get hit by... Well, Devil's Curse wouldn't be there. Don't forget your safety hat. Those unknown designs can be dangerous. Ugh, the safety hat's only when... fine. It's supposed to be only when I'm building. Yeah, I'll think about... I'll flesh out that idea a little bit more, I think, honestly. Don't need you. I'll review... You know, I'll review Ninjin's build alongside here, honestly. Alright, I will close submissions. Now let's see what we got, shall we? Hopefully not too much today. Hey, not too much today, nice. So we have the Squire. I think we looked at the Squire last time, didn't we? Squire, Tiger, HTM, T4, and what? Jesus Christ, Bone. Can you name your vehicles any longer? Buster 2, demo version. ARD AS 06B Cygnus? Gulch. WF Apostate Testbed. Ooh, okay. Tamandar Frigates. Bit of an old VP but never submitted termites. And IDS Guyana Sukuna. Stand proud, Sukino. You were strong. You were strong. Rockback? Oh, sorry, I completely forgot about the Rockbacks. You're so right. That is my... I was saying it, and then we got discussing the idea about the campaign mission there. That's my bad. For the rock fact, do you have a favorite rock, Basil? I can make it about your favorite rock if you want. Oh, actually, you know what I can't talk about? I can talk about Moldavite. So, I actually learned this myself the other day. There's a town in Germany, forgive my pronunciation, Nordlingen? Nordlingen? Anyway, the point is, it's built in a crater impact hole. The entire city is just built in a crater impact. It's about like a 15-kilometer wide crater impact, or diameter, not wide, and the town's built in it, and it's the only source of Moldavite in the world. Germany. Oh my god, please don't. No. Decent pronunciation? Oh, hell yeah, let's go. God damn, seeing that PFP every time you post stuff. Just saw a YT short on that. Yeah, so did I. I saw the same one by Mini Minuteman. But yeah, so Moldavite is a type of impact glass that you find at meteor sites, and this one was specifically like the nice green color that came. It's the only source in the world is at Nordlingen. Pronunciation. I'm glad I got it close at least. Temeraire mention. I know it. The boat. Oh, alrighty. Let's get these downloaded and ready to go, shall we? I love the Great Fairy Fountain track, it's so good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I looked at the Squire last time. This is why I don't like late submissions, because it always confuses me. Alrighty. I guess I probably should switch over to the normal one, eh? Stand Brown Scarab, you were strong. An SD nuke spawns in front of it. The SD nuke just holding it under the water. Germany is a myth. The holy Rorman Rormpire is still with us. Oh god. But that's neither holy nor a Rorman nor an Rormpire. So real, it's fun to see him debunking stuff, but damn it hurts to see what people believe. That's the worst part, honestly. Like, I love Mini Minuteman. Great guy. I can't stand to watch his content just because of what he exposes as fraud. It's like, how did people ever fall for this? How do people, like, ever actually believe this? So I don't know what my favorite rock is. I was told as a kid that if I found a rock with a white line all the way through it, it means that it's lucky, and I carried a lot of rocks like that as a kid. Interesting. Because that's normally just a sedimentary layer. What do you mean? So, Mini Minuteman, archaeologist YouTuber who disproves a lot of pseudo-archaeology. Like, you know, he'll like say like, oh yeah, like he'll like show a video that someone made of like, oh, this is a fear. The ancient Egyptians obviously had laser cutters. Oh, so true. That's the other thing I hate about pseudo-archaeology. Like, Stonehenge, oh yeah, that was white people. The pyramids, oh, it had to be aliens. Non-white people couldn't do that. It's like, what the fuck kind of racism do you have to use to justify saying, oh, it's all aliens? If it wasn't Europeans, it was aliens, chat. Like, it's the dumbest fucking shit. Nobody says the Colossus of Rhodes was aliens. Nobody says the Parthenon was aliens. No one says the Colosseum was aliens. Why the fuck are the pyramids aliens? It's a sedimentary layer, I learned it later, yeah. Sedimentary, my dear Rorston. I say that so often at work. It was white people that had a Starbucks. True! Nah, bro, the ancients just did it with prefabs. I want you to know that actually made me sneeze. Stonehenge has been dismantled and rebuilt anyway, it's not as it was. Exactly. Like, I've seen some of those pseudo-archaeologists debunk stuff that was built in 1968. Yeah, it's the stupidest fucking shit. Like, obviously we hate sand and we hate sand. We hate sand and we hate sand. True. Literally, most of the Colossus of Rhodes is gone. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, we have, you know, contemporary write-ins of how it looked and whatnot. It's now an ancient Tartarian civilization that's actually built all the giant statues the Soviet. But yeah, exactly. Like, is my favorite thing is when the ancient Tartars built the statues of Lenin. So true. Whack ass racism conspiracy theories. It's what it is. It stems down to racism. It's something that it's something I have to explain to my grandmother a lot. Actually, it's really funny because like my grandma used to send me articles about Atlantis, and it's like, Grandma, please. Because some of them were AI generated, which I had to explain, and then other ones were like just, you know, it's like it's Facebook slop, right? It's just Facebook slop at the end of the day. And so it's one of those things where it's like you gotta kind of break it down and explain, right? And to her credit, my grandma is actually really good at, you know, being corrected on stuff like that. Same with my mom. Like they're both really open to new information. It's great, but it's one of those things where it's just like. I grew up, I joke about this with my mom all the time, because I grew up with my grandma, like, I'd ask my grandma a question, and she'd be like, oh, well, don't believe everything you believe, like, you know, you read online. And then, like, sometimes, like, she sends me a Facebook article, and I'm like, Grandma, please tell me you don't believe this. Please, I am begging you to tell me not to believe this. When they posted an Indian palace built in the 1600s. Say they didn't have advanced knowledge of mathematics. Yeah, like, that shit is such bullshit. We've had advanced mathematics and shit since, like, Aristotle. Can't even go near Stonehenge anymore. It's behind 40 meters of fencing. Good. Too many people ruined it. Time travel Lenin confirmed. So true, whack, yeah. Obviously, we need a second Pearl Harbor. No, we do not need a second Pearl Harbor. Where did that even come from? We don't even have the battleships for a second Pearl Harbor anymore. At least old conspiracies had effort put in. I know, right? AI is the worst of this stuff, yeah. But, like, the part that always annoys me is like, oh, they didn't know basic maths. It's like, yes, they fucking did. Like, the world has been proven round since, like, before Christianity. And yet people still insist that it's flat. But, like, we've had, like, mathematical proof since the Egyptians. Like, I think it was the Ptolemaic period in Egypt. That, it's been round. If you check your DM, it's relevant, I swear to God. No, not more rock facts. Whoa. Tell me about Nice. I don't see 10k. I already told you about Moldavite. And then you got a free rant about archaeology. My favorite ones ever is the 300-year gap in Irish inventions after whiskey was invented. Okay, so I love this meme, don't get me wrong. The whiskey is not the reason for the 300-year gap. I would just like to point out. So the reason why there's a 300-year gap after the 14th century, after whiskey was invented, was because English colonialism. The majority of Irish inventions got classified as English inventions. I have points for now in rock fact, but I can't do it. I mean, yeah. Oh, I think I have it limited. Do I have it limited per stream? Or is it just per person? Because I know some people have like hundreds of thousands of points, so I didn't want to have to... Yeah, it's on cooldown. For Stonehenge, they grab rocks from about the first... Well, for Stonehenge, it all depends on like where they can get those rocks to break properly, right? A lot of the local quarries weren't as good for large pieces of stone because of when you get into like percussion and fracture points. So, I love the one where a guy said if you went to Antarctica and sailed around it, you would never get to the end, proven without a doubt. It's actually nice. Well, what? Who the fuck? Huh? Hello? Ireland isn't real. Quarry circa 1300. I like that you're attributing that to Quarry. Oh, Snowman Quarry. Statue of Unity. It's actually a time travel from the ancient Tartarian civilization, but built the very famous Soviet statue known as the of Unity in a cave with a box of scraps. Honestly, I think it's funny if you don't correct it. It's just the of Unity. Yeah, my point is that just pyramids were way more reasonable from which this. Oh, absolutely. Like, Stonehenge was cracked, don't get me wrong. Same with the Easter Island heads. Easter Island heads, like, they literally deforested the entire island in order to be able to build them with using logs to roll it. And all that shit, like, it's one of those things too, it's like, why would you attribute that shit to aliens? We have such cool constructions on Earth, and you're like, no, that was aliens. It's like, fuck that shit. Human ingenuity did that. Indomitable human spirit, chat. Indomitable human spirit. I talk about this all the time. Stop being racist and stop, being pro-alien. Be pro-human. Fuck aliens. I hate aliens. Deforest your island for the bit. They really committed? Honestly, they did. It literally caused mass starvation, but you know what? They got them heads up. Can't believe they made a whole island based on a side character from Night at the Museum. Jesus. Oh my god. Alright, let's take a look at what we got today. So we had the sickness first. I know this one is over 1 megabyte, but I also solicited it from OFTT General, so they get a pass. Alright, so first things first. That is a very bright color, my god. I'm just going to adjust that to be a little bit less bright, honestly. I know it technically affects their bottom line of aesthetics, but I want to be able to see what I'm looking at. Alright, that's a little bit better. Beautiful boat. Fin your paints. True, Cassie! I was just about to make that joke. 2 fin coats is all you need. Oh, and they use this bright sign like Cringe does. I hate it here. I hate it here, chat. Alright, I will say though, Greebone-wise, this is actually a fantastic example so far of an airship that's large and detailed. They use paint really effectively here to get a lot of the shape in it. Because you'll notice that there's a lot of flat shapes here, but they use paint very effectively to prevent it from looking flat, if that makes sense. Like, the white topside with the gray underneath almost makes it feel like those Mon Calamari or New Republic ships. Like I said, I've been really big into Star Wars lately. I apologize, I will be using a lot of Star Wars examples. So this is actually really nice. Aside from that, I will say the mantlets on these guns could be a little bit better, I feel. Just having them held in place with like a few rings. I want to see a little bit more updated there, I think. And then, but no, down here, I like the little circuit board idea. And like, I love the side profile looks pretty solid. And same with up top. I would say up top, maybe an issue is this front bit right here. Like, greeble it up, make something there, but also keeping it flat, I can see why, because you want it to look like a shell, right? I just think this is really detailed, and then this not being as detailed is not as good. Remember, folks, an airship is like a beautiful woman skirt. If you look at her from below, it needs to excite you. That's crazy to say, Shipachu. Okay, I would like to point out, I don't want to encourage that type of behavior. That joke gets a pass right now because it's funny. Let's keep a minimum on those jokes, okay? You get away with it once because it's funny, but I don't want to see more of that behavior. Ooh, nice interior. Very nice. Ooh, nice chair.
Ruston,
he's just a little guy! Holy shit!
It's not the aliens, nor the humans that made the Easter heads.
Yeah?
It was made by the dinosaurs after they built them to signal what they thought was a search and rescue copter. But it...
I like to imagine when they built the Easter heads and then the meteor was like, oh shit, they need help, and then it crashes into the surface to help them. I love this little guy, but look at him. It's just adorable. And like some really nice panels in the back here too. Like, oh, each individual switch, you're actually insane. You're actually insane for doing each individual switch. And then I will say, honestly though, same thing back here, but it's like there's a lot less detail. It's good shaping all around, but like with how much detail you have at the front, I want to see an equal amount back here, you know? How many decos? It's 7,246. Which makes sense with that interior and a lot of that greebling. So honestly, it's not bad. It feels unfinished because of some areas are over detailed, some are under. If you don't want to go too much higher on decos, take some off the over detailed areas and spread them out along the under detailed areas, and I think that can help your build a lot. I think this was somebody Desu, right? Yeah, Yusuke Desu. So by no means is it a bad build. Absolutely phenomenal. Just if you want to take it to the next level, right? All right, attacker 1. This is Ninja. Oh, I forgot I paused, right. Alrighty, so let's, I believe you said you wanted this for the player faction. So let's take a look at what we got here. So first off, not using fleet colors. Shame. You gotta use fleet colors for when you're doing campaign builds. It just makes everything easier for the co-op. Love the interior, making all the switches is lovely. Yeah, exactly. I love it. The medium rail launcher is pretty nice. Honestly, like, these bombs look great. A little bit of weird stick on the front of them. I think maybe remove that part. That looks a little bit odd. But like the actual bomb shape in itself is fine. But I will say it looks like he used a lot of decos. How many decos is how many decos is this? Where did you put the 5? Yeah, you have. I feel like you have a. I feel like you don't need 5 decos here. Like, what is this one doing? Like, you can't even see this pole anywhere. It's completely covered. It's like, if I get rid of that, what does it do? Yeah, see, so that already saves you 1 deco. That one's fine, because that has a purpose. That's the tactical nukes mesh, that's fine. That is what? Wind connection strip? Okay, that's the front, that's fine. That's a jet, yeah, that makes sense. And then, what? Okay, yeah, so all that makes sense. That's fine then, but like that center deco you didn't need. Good deco use. Sticks look like a standoff probe for heat. Ah, I see. The nose also needs some work with this apparatus right here for the radar. I feel could definitely use some work. The APS is fine. Just deco it over, which is fine. It's plain. The engines are a little bit bare bones. I kind of want to see a bit more detail on them and shaping too. Like completely covering over the wind blocks, I think is a mistake. I think keep the wind blocks as is. And instead of like, oh no, there is no wind. All right, well I think maybe adding some wind blocks would be a start, and then going from there. Yeah, not having the wind blocks. I would almost do this similar to the Shrike, more so than like this, honestly. Night Fighter look, yeah, with the radar, I agree with you. It's not bad. And then the fuselage, like, there's no shape in it, it's just the tube. So, like, let's compare it to the Shrike, right? I feel like the Shrike is one of the better planes I've made in terms of, like, quote-unquote realistic. So, you can see here how, like, the fuselage, it's a lot more shaped. It's not just the tube. It's 2 on the bottom, 1 on top. So add some variation like that, I think, in engine, and that could be a really good idea. Yeah, I think that's everything. Is there anything else on this I want to say? Oh, ball turret. Never have perfect spheres in this game. It feels so uncanny valley. Half spheres are fine. Never go full sphere. Obviously here you've gone full sphere and you're using simple weapons, which we don't want. So I would take off this rear turret here and just keep the APS at the front. And yeah, and keep the side bombs. Also, yeah, no, when you redo the fuselage, you can definitely make this bigger so you have more room for your APS as well, which would be nice. But yeah, honestly, the tail I'm fine with. I feel like you could be a little bit creative though, like, you know, just finish the tail. You know what I mean? That's a 4 meter, isn't it? That's a 3 meter. Damn. There you go. Actually, I think the 1 meter looked better there with the sight curve down. Yeah, so finish the tail. I personally don't like the perfectly flat nose, but if that's just how it is, that's how it is. To increase the prop's rotation speed? Oh yes, that too. It looks very slow when it flies. Like, I should not be able to see the oh, that's because it doesn't fly. Okay, I see. So if it were to fly, it would look very slow. So maybe make it fly as well, and that could help. The AI doesn't slow down when held, true. But aside from that, it's not a bad start. I just want to see it expanded upon, honestly. Alrighty. Buster 2 demo version. I see, I see. So what's like the full release version then? Ooh, okay, wow, you have really cleaned this up. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of improvement here. First off, Junie, this is great. Did you just uncircumcise the gun? The gun was circumcised before, right, chat? Like, everyone saw that? Okay, there we go. Now it's back. Alright, I love that. Why did you use those words? Peak. I really like that, Junie. impressive as all. Oh, you missed a spot though. But that is impressive as all hell. Aside from the fact that you missed a spot though. You did miss a spot. In their defense, they were in the sea. It's cold out there. That's certainly a way to describe it. How else would you describe that? Look, see? The gun is circumcised now. How else would you describe that? Come on, Chad, I'm waiting. How else would you describe that? Protected, Phimosis cannon, covered, unmutilated gun. Yeah, is your cannon mutilated or unmutilated, Chad? Circumcised. The demo version means the circumcision is automatic because you won't spawn an enemy. True. Junie, the one thing I would recommend is put a dome on this side and have it cut into the deck here, so that when this comes down, instead of being flat, it goes into the deck, and then that way when it goes up, it's not just a flat wall; it's an actual like Deepwater Guard building, right? Like a dome. That's the only thing I'd recommend here, because that way you get some texture up here too when it's up. Because right now it's a little bit, you know, flat at the front. But aside from that, this is really solid. I want to almost say, like, add the secondary coat down here. So you have the purple line, add a secondary line now here. Or maybe a trim line. Like, this looks really good. And then maybe a detail line up top here. Actually, maybe not. Ignore the detail. Also, keep your purple consistent. So if you're gonna have two wide strip here, do a 2 wide strip here, etc., etc. Superstructure looks fine. It's just the chin looks. You know, I just realized when this one pulls back in, it looks like the Paphos has a double chin. The bridge has a double chin now. Yes, a little double chin. It's an ammo magazine inside, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just saw it. Very nice. I love this idea. Conceptually, this is a cook. Absolutely. Oh, autoloader, my beloved. Oh, breech-loaded autoloader, my beloved. The gun on the back needs some work, obviously. Honestly, maybe just replace it with an aesthetic piece. Like, get rid of this. And then, like, even if you just do, like, something like... let's say this one. There you go. Something like that, right? Or... something like that. I think something like that could work a lot better, Bear, than what you have. The rangefinder... it's okay. I prefer, like, the Mickey Mouse here, so like the Plunderer or the Pilferer have. You forgot the back. What could possibly go here? You could do, like, a normal turret, honestly. Just a normal turret cannon back here would actually work quite a bit. But you'd have to move the engine elsewhere, it seems, because your steam engine's quite large. But, like, maybe you could fit in a turret well here if you move AI box, presumably? Yeah. Might be able to fit in, like, a little turret underneath the rear mount here. Just so it's not only facing forward, because that way if something gets behind you, you can still defend yourself. Get a paddle wheel to resemble the Mighty Marauder. True. Also, yeah, a paddle wheel would be nice here, because remember, Paphos does need paddle wheels. Maybe a launch pad for some ships or boats. Yeah, that could work too. CLS could also work. Yeah, no, I love this front bit. That's really clean. Good job. It's such a cool concept. I love that. Oh, also remember, your deck, it should always be purple coming up to the line here. Don't leave that one weird line. Also, I would take this top layer off and just either raise it up or keep it all one level. Having a weird layer like that, it looks a little bit scuffed. It's an Easter egg in the cabin too. You lied to me. It's all breadboard in here. No, there it is. Do not use forbidden booty. Jesus Christ. No, honestly, though, good job. Like, you really cooked on this. I'm excited to see it more done too when it's not a demo anymore. Open the safe. Oh my god, you people are so demanding. It's the detail paint, nice. You know, I was about to say it actually needs some you did do some detail paint. Good job. The detail paint in the safe is so funny. That's actually really solid. Like, it needs something very substantial on the back. The big gunshot makes it visually very front heavy. Yes. Must keep the bucket safe. The enemy cannot steal it. The war of the bucket shall commence. But no, honestly, like, excellent job on this journey. I'm really excited to see this done. And how you do it. You could even do a helipad on the back if you want to have a sub spawn with you. Like a helipad could go really hard here. Slope the deck up into it too, instead of sloping it down here. Could be really interesting. Act as a counterweight to the front gun too. But no, super good job on that. I'm really excited to see it when it's done. Alright, Gulch. I don't like that name. It's so green. Alright, driver, do you have any color requesters? Maybe steel striders look the best. Nope, that's not it. Onyx Watch, maybe? Leaning towards a big shredded paddle wheel. Yeah, maybe. Alright, Onyx Watch works, okay. Alright, Gulch Roar. So, first off, this turret right here, no. If you want to have a round turret cap, put it up to the mantlet. Don't have the mantlet just out like that. That looks really strange. This gun back here, absolutely love this. Absolute cook. Good job. Spotlight is an absolute cook. The cram gun, honestly, I love it. I love these little, like, I love AA guns at top of the main turrets. I see it's a Goffs player. He plays the Goffs factions of orcs. Very nice. Wow, the cram barrels look really nice too. Good job on that. This ACB looks a little bit out of place, not gonna lie, but you know how it is. Let's just activate. Oh, damn. Alright, aside from that, the front... The hull is a little bit rough. So I feel like when you do a tumble home like this... Like, you don't want... I feel like doing 1 meter slope up top here. I like to do, like, obviously I like to do 1 meter slope, 1 meter slope, 1 meter slope into 2 meter, then 1 meter, 1 meter, then 2, right? It's an orc boat. I see. Yeah, like this up here is really rough too, especially with all the holes in the propellers. Put duck decos around it. Just, you know, hide those props a little bit better. The shape down here is a little bit rough. I assume this is a work in progress driver. Still very unfinished. Yeah. Still, I like the concept of the turret here. I like these little guys that are cut into the hull. I love case-mated turrets like that are cut in. You got your lifeboats. Only 2 lifeboats, I assume? Oh god, rip this crew. You got this little turret up here. The Sea Whiz is nice. The superstructure is very nicely made as well. Like, you've done a really good job here, don't get me wrong. Smokestacks I feel like could be a little bit taller. Rangefinder is great. Rear turret's great. What is this gonna be? Just decoration? Okay, yeah. I like the idea here. I don't like these sideways rams, I feel like they feel a little bit like... I feel like they're out of the style compared to, like, the rest of the ship. That's just me, though. Overall, though, really interested what you're doing here. Like, it's not bad by any means. It's a pretty solid ship. Alright. HMT4M1. Jesus Christ, no, please. Alright. What is... Oh, it's this little guy, right. So, I'm not sure what Bone was cooking here. First off, turret cap. If you're going to have it slope this far back, please slope the front a little bit more. So what I mean by that is, like, here you're using 2 meter offset, right? Instead of having 2 meter offset go back, keep it a little bit thicker, then gradually slope it. So now it looks like a circle with a tumor instead of, like, you know, a rectangular or, like, oval shape, right? So I feel like the damage is too limited. The rest of the ship's pretty clean to put together, and there's just one section of broken decking. That's true too for drivers, yeah. What else is there? Yeah, it's not bad. Like, I like the asymmetry, but I just want to see it a little bit smoother of a transition, right? Like, even if you just transitioned it smoothly here, wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, something like this, right? But yeah, and aside from that, also the heavy armor texturing. Instead of just doing the entire front plate like this, I would do like heavy armor in the corners, heavy armor for the mantlet, and then everything else be metal. And then have the heavy armor go all the way back too. So it's like consistent, instead of just having front back. Split, I would do a left-right split for the heavy armor. Like Steel Empire does, where you have heavy armor on the center and then metal on the corners. I think that's how I would do this. Aside from that, same with down here, like, do your heavy armor a bit more consistently. CLS looks fine. The doors at the back look great. The radio equipment's fine. Exhaust is fine. I feel like you need a little bit more. Where's your fuel tanks? Where's your stowage, right? Like, you have so much space here. Either increase the size of these. Like, the radio size fin looks great, perspective-wise. So maybe increase the radiator size and increase the size of these doors. Side skirts look fine. And then I like the little plow at the front. That is cute. You might want to put something here, by the way, to... Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. This isn't bad, honestly. This is not bad at all, Joe. Alright, Adios again at Sukuna. Ooh, okay, this is nice. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but maybe your jets should be a little bit more armored. Especially one at the front like this. These are the first ones that are going to get knocked out, and you want to make sure your jets aren't getting knocked out, usually. The upside down missile turret's fine. It looks like a turret. I like the upside down bridge. But what I will say is funny is... No, okay, the interior is done correctly. I was wondering if it was just prefabbed and it was the same way as the upside one. But no, that's pretty solid. Missile turrets again, pretty good. Yeah, honestly, I'd just armor up these jet nozzles a little bit. Make sure that they're a little bit more bulked on. The shields are solid. See if back here, just bulk up the exhaust a little bit. Because you don't want those ones getting taken out, right? Tail looks great. I think I've seen this one before, haven't I? Back guns are fine. Helipad's fine. Yeah, these like little turrets. I love these little pack turrets. They're really well done. And then at the front here with the intakes, I actually really like this. It's not bad. Good job. This was who? This was Knight. Yeah, no, Knight, you cooked on this one. Superstructure's really well structured. Maybe add some asymmetry to it. It's very symmetrical right now. Like take this little spinning block and maybe put them over here. Stuff like that, right? Like little small stuff. Do Water Guard have helipads? Yeah, the Brigand has one. And aside from that, maybe on these engines, put something like piping or like some type of greeble in to make it look a lot more mechanical. Right now they look very flat and flush, which you want to avoid. Aside from that, though, you did a great job here. Alright, Madari frigate. Alrighty. This just looks like a modern ship. It's a really... I want to say it's a really good example of a modern ship, but a really good example of a modern ship means that's really boring to me. It's a frigate, yeah. So, I feel like Chet it's well known that I am not a fan of frigates. Again, I feel like I've seen this one. I've seen this missile set before. Who did this? This is Shipachu again? Okay, yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's... Maybe add some radar panels just to break up the side or like something back here. Because it's a very flat surface here. Maybe even just some paint, right? Some paint and some texturing might help this. Looks like that's a little bit rough right now. Panel is very flat on the real ship. Ah, fair. I would still add it just to break up the texture bed, maybe. But like, yeah, it looks like a ship. Good job. I'm just not a fan of the style, so I'll try not to let that affect me too much. I'm a tired little guy today, sorry. Alrighty. Yeah. No, it's not bad. Good work. That's a modern ship. IRL Greeble causes radar return. Yeah, I know, but this is an IRL. And radar's not real. 30 minutes before stream. Ah, I see. Like, hull-wise, you're fine. Maybe fix that connection point right here. But, yeah, hull-wise looks fine. Good job. Maybe just some paint then, just to differentiate. Maybe it's because my paint settings right, because I'm on Steel Strider paint. But, oh, little termite. Or the Onyx Watch paint, sorry. That may have been a paint setting idea. Oh, I love him. Honestly, I wish it wasn't a drill, because like, I would love to have this in campaign. I just don't think it's gonna work out. I do really like this little guy. Oh, maybe we could get this actually for Yellow Jackets. Maybe we could get this. I feel like I want to see some exhaust stuff back here, though. Like, get rid of this flat body and replace it with like some a beefed up engine, and this could get into the campaign, you know? Actually, yeah. Syrup, if you replace the back here with a beefed up engine, I think this could work really well. Let me know what you think. 73 meters a second. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just a cute little guy. I quite like that. Good job. Termite's such a good name too. Alright, Tiger. Alright, this looks like just a bigger version of the Jaguar. So I'm gonna say the same fins. Turrets are a little bit flat, maybe add some rangefinder's bits onto them. Front also very flat. I like the intake, but like I want to see a bit more on the sides, right? You didn't crimp the bow at least. Ooh, this comes like way too thin back here. This does not make any sense of how thin it is right now. Also, having the props unarmored at the top, you could definitely, especially if you don't have anything functional back here, definitely reduce the size of the stern back here and slope it up a little bit more so that the props are armored and like an armored stern covered, right? Aside from that, the superstructure looks a lot. It's still very wide, but it doesn't look as humongous with the bottom bit, right? So the superstructure does look better. And the turret cap, yeah, see, this turret cap's fine. It has a rangefinder. It's really shaped well. It's just these ones at the front that are a little bit too basic. I want to see them shaped a little bit more, you know? Who did this? Necropro? Yeah. So, aside from that, your VLS is fine. Looks great. Yeah, not much else to say, really. It is secured. Ah, okay, good. The life pads are secured. Ah, nice. The life preservers are also secured. I just love it. That's the main meme I'm known for now. It's just secure your life preservation. Very nice. Really well done. Oh, and maybe either deco those hydrofoils or just get them, like, just deco invisible, like, deco hide them. Oh, it's just true. Alright, the white flare is apostate testbed. Ooh, okay. Is this one you showed earlier in the video, Orange? Because if it can, like, yeah, it can flex. So that's pretty interesting. I quite like that idea. Honestly, I would say, though, maybe... I like this concept. Explore this concept further. I was going to say, maybe change up the silhouette a little bit, though. Because I do agree with Carvet. Maybe a little bit of white flare is getting a little bit too, like, ubiquitous. So maybe changing that up could help quite a bit. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Had the big stretch. But yeah. What do you mean it can flex? Watch the video in Dustwind. Or sorry, in White Flare's chat for Ashes. I don't know. Orange, I guess after that though, you've done a great start here. Maybe make this flat part here a little bit more white instead of having this red part. Keep the heavy armor trim and then make this primary. But aside from that, this looks pretty good. Good work. I'm excited to see where you go with this. How are you going to make this into an engineering vehicle? Actually, it's going to be really cool. Plan something devious? Hell yeah. Alright, that's all for rips today, chat. I actually am going to head out early here because I am A, quite tired, and B, I do probably have to drive later, so. I will see you guys next time. Yo, dude, there's a storm where I live. Oh no, I had a thunderstorm last night. It was crazy. Let's go right into a person named Gorlaf Streams. They're currently playing FTD. Alright, they're a British person I found playing FTD the other day. Yeah, so that's going to be all for me today. Tomorrow we'll be doing the lesson on urban planning. I promised it. I want to do it. And then we're probably going to play some Dwarf Fortress because I realized that you guys want to see some Dwarf Fortress runs on YouTube. And I would like to branch out from just FTD content on YouTube. So we'll be doing some Dwarf Fortress tomorrow after the lesson on urban planning. We'll talk about urban planning. We'll talk about how old cities in antiquity were formed. And then we'll fly back to Dwarf Fortress. It'll be a really fun time. And then aside from that, we're also going to be... I don't know, I think that's actually all we have planned for tomorrow. Sunday, we'll go back to Suzerain. I want to continue our run as the president of Swordland with our very centrist and planned economy focus. And then Monday, we're back to FTD, and we'll see what we do. Then aside from that, obviously, Tuesday and Thursday, we'll have 2 new shorts, but it's going to be on the Plunderer and the Pilferer, so stay tuned for those. And aside from that, I'll probably be hiking a lot of that week, and then after that, it's the charity event. So yeah, can't wait. First lesson in quite some time. Yeah, it's just because I've been keep putting it back because I want to keep adding stuff to it. And then last week I was gonna do it, and then the tablet crapped out on me. So But yeah, anyway, I've been Russian V2. That's all for me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.